grow academically, socially, and spiritually, and has been encouraged by parents, family, staff, and coaches to do her best in everything she does. She has learned to give God the glory for these opportunities, and she's grateful for his faithfulness throughout her high school years. After graduation, she plans to spend a gap year at a school in which she is more ministry. Paxton is the son of Joy, Tanya, and Malcolm. During his time at Pella Christian, he has run cross-country and played soccer for all 4 years. Pella Christian has taught so many things that have impacted him for years. Now that he's a senior, he sees just how fast high school went by and recognizes how God has blessed him in so many ways. To hunting buddies, teammates, and teachers and mentors, he has learned how to fun but also soak up the wisdom that is spoken to him every day. He thanks the Lord each day for the people around him and wishes he didn't have to leave, but knows the Lord has a plan there to share the gospel. He would like to thank everyone who has poured into his life and shown him the way of Christ. His future plans are still in the air, but plans to either attend York University for business entrepreneurship or stay in Pella and start his electrical apprenticeship.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out here. I first want to thank my senior class. It's been so much fun. I want to thank my teachers for pouring the word of Christ and wisdom into it over years I've been at Varsity. I also want to thank my coaches and my other mentors for pushing me past my limits and running as hard as I can. I also want to thank my parents and they're all the hard work they put into my life to make me who I am today. And I also want to thank Christ, because without him, I would be nothing. And his blessings are everything in my life. Thank you. Go Eagles!
All right, so that is the homecoming court. Kate Brofhart, Paxton Bauma with Lexi Terpstra, Liam Zula, Devin Runner, Addie Van Arendonk, Devin Runner, Bailey Voss, Toby Belzer, and Sydney Bruxford here on halftime coverage. And we're about to turn it over to, I think we're going to turn it over here soon. We'll get that squared away, but we'll go ahead and take a short time out. We'll be back with more of the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast after this on 92.1 KRLS.
If you're hardworking, dependable, and have construction or electrical experience, DeYoung Door Service in Pella is looking for you. But they know that you're hard to find, and your skills are desirable and valuable. That's why for the right person with the right skills, they'll start you off at $25 an hour, plus a weekly stipend for health insurance. If we're talking to you, and you'd like to be trained by the best to become one of the gurus, call DeYoung Door Service at 628-8736.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
At Integrity Comfort Solutions, we've been your local, trusted experts on new construction, plumbing, heating, and cooling for over 50 years. We're excited to now offer service. Don't let a breakdown disrupt your comfort. Let our expert team get you back on track. Call us at 641-628-4093 or visit integrity-comfort.com and let our experts work for you. Integrity Comfort Solutions. Let's get comfortable.
A pepperoni pizza for the table.
Thank you.
And may I suggest trying it with our Pepsi Zero Sugar? It has just the right amount of sweetness to complement all that cheesy, saucy goodness, while the carbonation and notes of citrus enhance the flavor profile. Simply divine.
Pepsi Zero Sugar? You really outdone yourself this time. Pizza deserves Pepsi.
At Pella Corporation, we're building brighter futures for our customers, team members, and communities. We foster an inclusive culture where unique perspectives are valued and contribute to our success. With opportunities for innovation, collaboration, and growth, Pella is more than a workplace. It's a place to belong and thrive. Join us and let's build brighter futures together, including your own. Because at Pella Corporation, we're building more than just windows and doors.
New look, additional providers, same trusted care. The Pleasantville Clinic now offers expanded provider coverage in our newly remodeled and updated clinic. Dr. Shannon Remington sees patients Monday through Thursday. Dr. Tim McCoy sees patients Wednesday morning and all day Friday. And nurse practitioner Brandy Booth sees patients Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. The Pleasantville Clinic supports community members of all ages by providing routine and comprehensive health care close to home. To schedule your appointment today, call 515-848-3113.
At Element Siding and Windows, we do it right the first time. Hi, I'm Andrew Thomason, owner of Element. We're locally owned and proud to have the same dedicated team on every project, the same faces you'll see from start to finish, no random subcontractors. We don't leave your project until it is complete and you are completely satisfied. Your details and your budget matter to us, and we'll work with you to bring your vision to life. You have a dream, we'll make it happen. Find us on Facebook at Element Siding and Windows.
Local is our heartbeat. Since 1935, Marion County Bank has backed local businesses with real relationships and real solutions. We've helped our neighbors buy their first or forever homes and delivered practical banking options that fit your story every step of the way. We invite you to celebrate local and bank local. Come see us today. Marion County Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
The wipers in the car go swish, 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 swish. The wipers in the car go swish, swish, swish. That's Central Tire and Auto.
Winter brings slushy, sleety, icy weather that's even more annoying if your wipers can't keep your windshield clean. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, full mechanical work on your vehicle, and the important little things like new wipers, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Welcome back here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. As myself, Tyler Crabb, and Aaron Stoltz have more of the Scooters Coffee Radio post-game show here. Appreciate John Mumm coming up here quickly. Let's breeze through it. Our McKay Group Radio key play and player of the game. The key play, the inside presence of Pella Christian here tonight. Our key player, I try not to make it super obvious every time, but when the player puts up unofficially 20 points and 21 rebounds, it's pretty hard to not go with that player for the player of the game, Rachel Keck-Marinsky.
Yeah, sometimes you can overthink things, and I think this would be a situation where we overthought it if we went a different direction. So, good call there.
Exactly right. That's our McKay Group Radio key play and player of the game. Auto, home, business, commercial, life, and health insurance covering you in Knoxville and Oskaloosa. Our final stats presented by the Verduft Agency. Aaron, I'll let you start with some of the numbers you have. You don't necessarily have to go through every single player, but just some of the highlights you have as well.
Yeah, we talked about it. Rachel with a big night on the boards. Unofficially, I had her at 21 rebounds, so see where that comes out. But, even Aaron Donk, nice job, too. Had her at 5 rebounds, and, again, unofficially, we had 13 offensive boards as a team for Pella Christian, so that's good. And the other thing I liked was I thought they shared the ball pretty well. So I had us down for 12 assists as a team, somewhere in that range. So anytime you're getting a double-digit assists as a team, that's a good sign that, one, you're making shots, but two, girls are doing a nice job of sharing the ball and not trying to play one-on-one. A little more team basketball. So I like those numbers there. And then, just overall, the getting to the free throw line was big as well. So we talked about Oskaloosa a lot more content to shoot from the perimeter, which oftentimes leads to fewer threes, especially when the other team's playing a zone. And Pella Christian wanted to get the ball inside, and they did just that, and were able to capitalize on some three-point plays as a result of that. But overall, just a nice job of getting to the line and taking care of the ball. I had 6 turnovers, could have been one or two more than that, but relatively low. Single digits again. You'll take that any night.
I had less than 10 as well. As we continue with tonight's final stats For Pella Christian, a lot of scoring. Rachel Kakmarinsky led the way with 20. Addie Van Arendonk had 13. Bryn Runner and Jessa DeVries each had 6 points. Ava Breams had 4. And then multiple girls finished with 3. Finley Snyder, Sophia Slochter, and Kyla Runner. Oskaloosa, only 3 girls scored in the game. It was the 3 Cole sisters. Okay. 21 for Pora Cole, 11 for Naomi Cole, and 5 for Dasa Cole.
Yeah.
I mean, kudos to them on the scoring, but Oskaloosa, I mean, that makes it tough when you only have the 3 scorers.
Yep, it does. And, you know, it's not a complete surprise because those 3 kind of dominate the ball between their ball handling, their shooting abilities, and driving abilities. So you're going to get a lot of points out of those 3 every night out if you're Oskaloosa. But our coaching staff probably hopes you can get some form of an inside presence to step up here yet late in the season and help out, just take a little bit of pressure off those girls there. And they weren't able to do that tonight, and I think Pella Christian was able to capitalize on that and get the W.
Absolutely. That's tonight's final stats presented by the Verduft Agency. Let Chad Lancer and Larry examine your stats, customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduft Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. In closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. Pella Christian. They get Norwalk here at home on Tuesday, and they'll look to see what they can do against the Class 4A number 3 Warriors here on Eagle Lane. That's in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. You've been listening to the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. We'll step away. We'll be back with pregame coverage of the Pella Christian Boys Contest after this on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
At Ork Ford Lincoln in Pella. The end of year brought a ton of fresh trade-ins and our pre-owned inventory is packed. We've got a great selection of pre-owned vehicles, trucks, SUVs, minivans, and cars, priced to fit any budget. You'll find a variety of makes, models, trims, and features. Plus, for extra peace of mind, our lifetime powertrain warranty is included on most vehicles 2021 and newer with under 100,000 miles. That's a difference you won't find everywhere. Backed by our award-winning customer service. At Ork Ford Lincoln, we're taking care of you.
Rev up your ride with unbeatable deals at PellaMotors.com. We're dealing so you can drive away happy. Don't miss out on our incredible offers on Chevy, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram. Find your perfect ride at PellaMotors.com.
Van Hampton.
Hi, I think our furnace went out. It's freezing in our house. I'm not even sure what kind of furnace we have, but I really need you to come fix it.
Okay, don't worry, ma'am. We'll send one of the big trucks.
Van Hampton Plumbing and Heating's fleet of big trucks rolling around the Marion County area don't just look cool. These big trucks are well stocked with extra parts and supplies to get the job done quicker so that your house can warm up quicker. It's another reason you'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Hampton.
A warning to moms of class of 27 senior boys. They aren't going to be thrilled when you ask about senior pictures. Common responses are, ugh, fine, whatever. I know, I'm one of those moms myself. I'm Michelle Gritters with Lux Photography, and my senior photo sessions are different. They're easy and relaxed, and I seem to have a knack for bringing out real smiles, even in the grumpiest of teens. And the best part is that it ends up being a really special day for you and your son. So if you've got a class of 27 senior boys, schedule a session at michellegritters.com. Most guys end up actually enjoying it.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Pella Christian Boys Basketball here on 92.1 KRLS. As we look at our McKay Group radio keys to the game here, Aaron, I think the big thing when you look at the boys contest here is, one, you got to stay out of foul trouble if you're the Eagles, right? I mean, right now, you got into a little bit of foul trouble against Oskaloosa the first time around, which hurt you. Not just one individual, but there was some foul trouble across the board. And that was when you were running a 7-man rotation primarily. Now you're down to a 6-man rotation. Can't really afford to find yourself in foul trouble early and having to play tentative in this one. And then the other thing is, watching the girls' game, we both kind of talked about it in the breaks of the girls' game. It's going to be a physical one tonight. You got to be the more physical team, and you got to be ready for the physicality.
Yeah, I think those are 2 really good points that you bring up there. So, Oskaloosa doesn't go overly deep as well, but I think they do have a little bit of advantage on the bench just with a little more depth than what Pella Christian's played to this point. So keep an eye on that in terms of the foul trouble, and if the first game's any indication, I think they're going to let these guys play a little bit, which, I think both teams would probably welcome. We talked about it before the start of the girls' game. Both teams are very physical in a good way. So if the officials are going to let them play a little bit, I think both teams would welcome that. And then it's just going to come down to, maybe who can get to the free throw line a few more times, or who can sneak a couple offensive rebounds, second chance points as the game goes along as well. So, but either way, it should be a good contest tonight.
Absolutely, it should be. That's our McKay Group Radio Keys to the Game. Auto, home, business, commercial, life, and health insurance covering you in Knoxville and Oskaloosa. Let's take a look at our colors of the game presented by Michelle Gritter's Lux Photography. For Oskaloosa, they're in the road maroon uniforms with the white numbers, white outline on those uniforms as well. Pella Christian in the home white uniforms tonight with the white shorts, the maroon trim. Maroon numbers, the yellow lettering, and then maroon trim on the lettering, yellow trim on the other numbers as well. That's our colors of the game presented by Michelle Gritter's Lux Photography. Our game time temperature presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating really quickly. We've dropped down to 14 degrees, so as we mentioned, it's going to get really cold. So, make sure that heat is working going into the weekend here, because it's already starting right now.
Yeah, I had message with my parents earlier today up in northwest Iowa, and they mentioned that it had already moved in up there as of earlier this afternoon. So I have no doubt that it's on its way. They're usually a couple hours ahead of us. So bundle up, stay warm, and if you get in trouble, I guess you know who to call.
Absolutely, that is the experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. Make sure if your home isn't staying comfortable during the cold Iowa winter, call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating here in Pella, because you're going to rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
All right, now time to look at our starting lineups presented by Pella Real Estate Services. We'll start with the Indians of Oskaloosa, and they will line up like this: a 6'3" junior guard, number 2, Tommy North; a 6'6" senior forward, number 4, Ethan Steck; a 6-foot senior guard, number 10, Heaven Knox; a 6'2" senior forward, number 12, Landon Ramos; and a 6'4" junior forward, number 14, Tyler Edgar. For Pella Christian, starting lineup remains unchanged here in this one. They'll start 6'3" sophomore guard, number 3, Trey Steinkamp; 6'7" senior forward, number 4, Gilbert Flagel; 6'1" senior guard, number 13, Garrett Wheelard; 6'3" senior guard, number 15, Ben Van Weingarten; and 6'7" senior forward, number 22, Devin Runner. We'll go ahead and that is our starting lineups presented by Pella Real Estate Services. They're a full-service brokerage with a lineup that includes residential and commercial real estate acreages, property management, storage facilities, and short and long-term rental options. Call 6281-BUI for Pella Real Estate Services. Now to Dan Branderhorst on the wireless mic for tonight's first ceremony.
It is my honor to recognize one of Pella Christian's finest. For 3 decades, 30 years, Helen Rosa has faithfully served as our official scorekeeper, ensuring that every timeout, foul, quarter played, and point scored has been meticulously recorded in our stat book. While many see numbers on the stat sheet, we see the heart behind the table. Helen's commitment speaks to unwavering dedication, a love for the game and our teams that have spanned generations of players, and above all, a heart of service. The verse on our wall states, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for men." For 3 decades, Helen has quietly and humbly lived out this verse. She has worked more than 2,000 games home and away. And by my best estimate, traveled over 50,000 miles along the way. She's been there for the thrilling victories and the tough losses. And through it all, Helen's focus was the constant we could rely upon. Her work has been outstanding. This level of sustained volunteerism is exceptional and inspiring. Helen, your dedication has left a lasting impact on this program and on everyone who has had the privilege to work alongside you. Thank you for 30 incredible years. Please join me in expressing our deepest gratitude for her faithful service.
That's quite the honor for Miss Helen there. 30 years of dedication at the scores table, and quite a moment there. Activities Director Dan Branderhorst able to recognize her for that service, and Tyler able to jump down there and grab a quick photo as well. So 30 years is a long time. She's seen a lot of basketball games, good, bad, and otherwise, and a much well-deserved honor for her.
Absolutely. We all appreciate the work, because I don't think there's many of us in this gym who don't use bound at this point, right?
Yeah.
And we know that a lot of the work comes from our scorekeepers and the work they do on game nights to keep our scores. So we really appreciate the work that she does, and really fun opportunity as now the family joins her out there as well.
So.
Just really, really cool to be able to recognize her here on homecoming.
And I truly think they were able to pull that off as a surprise. I know the intention was for her not to know what was going on, and I think they made it pretty close to the actual moment without her finding out. So that's awesome.
That it is. We're not going to be done with celebrations. We're going to have another one coming up here at halftime. So stay tuned. I'm not spoiling that one.
That one might involve a few more people than just one.
Yeah, and I think a few of them know about it at this point. So but we'll leave it a secret for everyone else. But we get ready for the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply here inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth. And we talked about it, Aaron. I mean, the big thing I just want to see from Pella Christian too, you know, it felt like later in that game, we talked about it a little bit, turnovers, just taking care of the basketball with some of that inexperience. Now you've played a couple, I mean, we're coming off a week where they played 3 games, all of them high energy, all of them close. Pella Christian, an opportunity to show that they're not that same team who didn't have experience in close games the first time around.
Yep, so a chance to maybe show a little bit of growth here from the last time these two teams played. And again, it seems like such a long time ago that they hooked up over there in Oski, one of my favorite high school gymnasiums in the state of Iowa. It's, you know, and both teams have again, like the girls, have progressed, and Oskaloosa's got a nice feather in their cap with a road win at Pella not too long ago, and able to knock off the Dutch there in a heavily free throw laden contest. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. I think if PC is able to jump out early here and use this crowd to their advantage, I think that could be big. And if they should happen to fall behind, I think they're going to need this crowd to kind of lift them back into this here as it goes on.
Absolutely. Aaron, I can't imagine why Oskaloosa is your favorite high school gym. I
tell you what.
I can't think of any reason why.
No, so it's it is. I love the setup of it. I love the noise just travels down on you, you know. And so you talk to players that are on the court down there in those big games over there, and they literally tell you it's just like you cannot hear anything from the bench. And that's what high school basketball should be about. It's awesome. So
you got a pretty good memory over there too.
We've got that, yeah. But
opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply and Pella is secured by Oskaloosa. And we're off and running here. Your opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply and Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. First possession, Oskaloosa off of the opening tip. Three-pointer on the way. And off back iron by number 14, Tyler Edgar. And Pella Christian on the other end will give it up to Gilbert Flegel around half court.
Yeah, and both of these teams defensively will just dig in and try to make your night super long and miserable.
Trey Steinkamp tried to drive the left baseline. Ball swings around. Devin Runner, left wing three. No good, but Gilbert Flegel down with the offensive board on a long one. Flegel to the basket. No, but Devin Runner there for the follow. So the Eagles get 3 chances at the cup. The first time around, and they take advantage. They lead 2-0, 50 seconds in.
Yeah, an offensive rebound's going to be big. That's where Pella Christian really makes a lot of hay there.
And a carry called on Landon Ramos here as he was driving the baseline and just put the hand under the ball just enough to get a couple steps in there. And Pella Christian will inbound to Trey Steinkamp.
Again, there's just going to be no easy possessions tonight for either team. It's just, if you get a wide open shot, it's going to be because there was a breakdown somewhere, and so you've got to make the other team pay. But they're, I wouldn't be surprised if this game was low 50s as it goes on.
And Flegel goes right to the basket against Ethan Steck and will lay it in front of the rim. 4-0 Pella Christian leads it. 6:37 to go in the opening frame.
Yeah, so not an unsimilar start to what we had last time these two teams hooked up, and Oski will, stay composed, and they'll battle back and fight through this year on the road.
Yeah, going to the basket and getting fouled is number 14, Tyler Edgar. He'll draw the whistle on Trey Steinkamp, his first, team's first.
Yeah, and that's big because Trey's your primary ball handler. So you really, against the pressure that you're going to see tonight, you really want to have him on the floor, and he kind of just gets everybody where they need to be. He does a nice job of understanding what's going on. So something to watch here as we move forward, as he can avoid that second foul and stay out there for a bit.
Yeah, first free throw is no good for Edgar. So 4-0, Pella Christian leads it. A little better offensive start for Pella Christian. It was a really slow offensive game the first time around.
I think we had a low-scoring football affair the first time, if I recall.
Yeah, 53-50 was the final score, but it was like 20 to 17 at halftime or something like that. It was not a fun first half offensively.
Yeah.
Devin Runner on the left wing for 3 for Pella Christian, and he'll knock down a triple. Devin Runner has Pella Christian up 7-1 after Oskaloosa at 1 or 2 at the line last time. And the Eagles off to a hot start offensively as a near turnover there by Heaven Knox, and Garrett Wheeler trying to get on the floor for the loose ball, and unfortunately it results in a block because Garrett just had nowhere to go laying on his stomach on the ground.
He had nowhere to go, and Knox was falling backwards, and the official felt he had to make the call there. So again, another foul, just may test that depth a little bit that we've talked about. So, but offensively, I like to see Devin not shy away. He missed the first one, but just took a lot of confidence and let that next one fly, and that's what you got to do as shooters.
Yeah, Steck's pass almost too hard for the Oskaloosa offense to handle, as now the ball goes inside for Steck. He'll try to go over the top of Flegel, not able to do it, and then Steck whistled for the foul. Steck didn't like it, but it's just not it's not a smart play when you're that far from the basket to try to reach in there.
Yeah, it's tough. The coaching staff for Oskaloosa kind of echoing those same sentiments there, just saying, it's one thing to put a little pressure, but we got to be smart. We don't want to pick up a foul 75 feet away from the opposing basket there and potentially get them to the bonus a little bit earlier than maybe you'd like. So.
Yeah, Flegel going to bring the ball up here against Steck with that first foul on him and Oskaloosa. It's 7-1, Pella Christian. Garrett Wheeler to the basket, and Wheeler will get the the right-handed finish. Eagles 4 of 6 from the field to start, and they lead 9-1 over Oskaloosa. 5:15 to go in the first quarter.
Nice job by Garrett, just putting his shoulder down, getting a little bit of a drive there, and able to capitalize on it.
Three-pointer by Tyler Edgar off the screen of Ethan Steck. He'll bury that, and it's now 9-4. Pella Christian leading Oskaloosa with 4:57 to go in the first quarter.
And this is where it's nice to have a weapon like Gilbert Flegel at 6'6" or whatever that can also run a little point guard for you, right? So it does take some pressure off Trey. I wouldn't be surprised if Trey had to go to the bench at any point that Gilbert would slide over to that point guard role. He's very comfortable doing it, and he does it really well. And
yeah, Pella Christian with good ball movement as Trey Steinkamp gets a wide open left wing three, and he'll knock down another triple for the Eagles, who are off to a fabulous start offensively. It's 12-4 Pella Christian, 4:28 to go in the first quarter, and a 30-second Pella Motors timeout taken by Oskaloosa. And how about tonight's Randall Roofing Raise the Roof moment of the game as Trey Steinkamp punctuates a 5 for 7 start from the field for Pella Christian with a 3. 12-4 Pella Christian on top with 4:28 to go in the first.
yeah, and there again, Garrett just did a nice job of swinging the ball one extra pass, and Trey had his hands, feet ready, and he just caught it. And even though the defender was closing out a little bit, there was zero hesitation. And with Trey being one of your better perimeter shooters on the season, you want him taking that shot anytime he's got that much space there. So.
Yeah, tonight's Randall Roofing Raise the Roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. You're listening to Pella Christian Basketball powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM KRLS Knoxville Pella Newton and KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella Newton. Everyone has a goal and inspiration, a reason for being, whatever that is for you. Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
Oskaloosa's ensuing possession as Steck giving out to Ramos. Ramos tried to drive in, lost the basketball, mad scramble for it, and now Steck with it. He'll kick it over to Heaven Knox for 3, and Knox able to knock down the triple after Oskaloosa saves the possession.
Yeah, big sequence there, and Oski able to come out on top on that one. So, like I said, they're a feisty group. They're not going to go away, even though Pella Christian jumped out to a nice lead here to start. They're not going to go anywhere. They're going to keep battling and fighting. So,
yeah, Devin Runner cross court to Wheelard. They're trying to get the ball into Flagel in the post, but nothing there. It's Ben Van Weingarten on the baseline drive, kicks it out to Runner. His cross-court pass to Garrett Wheelard is intercepted, and Ramos rushes the shot in transition. Great job by Steinkamp there as Van Weingarten in the front court gives it up to Steinkamp. Steinkamp got hit from behind, didn't get the whistle, and then in transition, Oskaloosa with a little bit of confusion, and now Steck with the basketball.
Both teams settle down here just a little bit. Been a little hectic.
And Tommy North with it. He's going to just pull up for 3 from the corner. No good. And Trey Steinkamp will look to bring it up here for the Eagles off the rebound from Runner.
Get across.
Yeah, 12-7. Pella Christian leads Oskaloosa with 2:44 to go in the first quarter.
Oh.
And Steinkamp is whistled for a kick. And Garrett Wheeler just went down hard. And this is
So we got a
part of the problem with the physical play here.
Double whammy here. We got
to get this under control a little bit.
I didn't really see what happened if they just got tangled up. I know Garrett got an ankle a couple weeks ago. I don't know if it's the same one or not. It looked like he just got rolled up on the back there. I did not see what happened actually. So.
Oh no! I just heard the yell.
Yeah, and it's off our screen there. So I don't know if they. Heads were turned and somebody just didn't see somebody else, or I think that's kind of what happened, honestly. And you just hope maybe it just kind of scared you more than anything. Garrett's a tough guy, so if there's any possible way for him to get back in this game, he certainly will. In the meantime, I think they had called a foul on Gilbert, possibly?
No, they called a kick ball on Trey.
Did they call a kick? Okay.
Yeah, they called a kick ball on Trey.
Wasn't sure if they had a kick or if they had... I guess, if the alternative is a second foul on Trey, then I'll take the kick ball.
Because he stuck his foot out to kick
He did, and I just wasn't sure if they called a trip foul.
We need to get some of the physical play cleaned up here a little bit. I knew we thought it would be physical, but it's maybe even a little more physical than you want.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, people will settle in, and officials will settle in. And
yeah, he even knocks no good. And I think they maybe understood or maybe heard us here because Andrew Hermanson whistled for a push in the back there. Second foul on Oskaloosa, first on Hermanson, as the three-pointer was no good for Knox. Hermanson defending Steinkamp. Ball now into the hands of Stoltz. He'll give it up to Flagel. Flagel gonna drive on Steck. And what a move, switching hands. Flagel will lay it in with the left and make it 14-7. Who's always open, presented by Anytime Fitness. Gilbert Flagel moving to the basket is usually always open.
He's just got a way to work his way into the rim, and he's strong with that offhand and able to kind of just hang there a little bit and get that to go and get the free throw to go as well.
Yeah, three-point play for Flagel puts Pella Christian up 15-7 with 2:09 to go in the first quarter. And Andrew Hermanson answers in quick response there as Oskaloosa quickly got it up the floor, and Hermanson laid it in with the left hand. Hermanson with the physical play. The Eagles able to keep the possession for a moment, as Oskaloosa has really ramped up the physicality.
Yeah. And this is what they like to do. So if you're Pella Christian, you just gotta be calm. And
Steinkamp gets a step, goes to the basket, and no whistle there for Steinkamp. And now Oskaloosa in transition, trying to cut this to a 3 or 4 point game. As Tommy North drives, and now a foul is called on the other end on Trey Steinkamp, his second.
That's 2, so that's big, because now you're really limited. Looks like we're going to go down the bench here with Cade Giddings getting the call up. So, big spot for Cade. He's played with us on the JV squad all year and has done a really nice job for us, just taking care of the ball. This is going to be a little bit bigger moment than he's been put into at any point this season, but Cade's a competitor, so I think he's played a lot of basketball. He's a smart kid. I think he'll go out there and compete and see if he can buy a few minutes here to get us through the quarter and get Trey back in.
Yeah, Heaven Knox gets a breather with Even Knox coming in, 15-10, as it's a 1-for-2 trip for Tommy North. And Griffin Stoltz running the point now. He'll give it up to Cade Giddings. Now over to Ben Van Weingarten as they're looking for Flagel in the post. Van Weingarten drives, kicks it out. Three-pointer from Flagel is off the back iron, but an offensive rebound for Devin Runner. Cade Giddings into the lane and has the ball ripped away, and then he'll commit the foul.
Yeah, did a nice job attacking there. Just, who was that? Hermanson, yeah. Hermanson, just a little bit stronger there. Hersom, yeah, just a little bit stronger there.
I saying it wrong. Oh, well.
Yeah, good thing we got it corrected in the first quarter. A little bit stronger ripping the ball away there, so.
Yep, we'll get it right from here on out. Stack in the post, working against Flagel. Gives it up to Edgar. He'll kick it over to Even Knox. Even Knox to Hersom. Hersom from the elbow. He'll step up and knock that one down. Hersom with 4 points. And Oskaloosa back within 3, 15-12 with just over 30 seconds to play in the first quarter.
So shot clock is off, so if they are able to and they want to, they can certainly hold for one shot here to close out the quarter.
Yeah, Cade Giddings, I think he was trying to throw it to Flagel, and Ben Van Weingarten just happened to cut in front there. And now the ball finds its way into the post for Flagel.
Oh, he got hit on the arm.
Yeah, Flagel, tough long away shot, no good. Rebounded by Oskaloosa in transition. Even Knox, no. Tyler Edgar, yes, though. And at the buzzer, Griffin Stoltz from three-quarters court is off the mark. So Pella Christian holds a narrow advantage after a period and makes it 15-14 as we go to the second quarter. We'll stay right here. And in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, the Eagles got off to a really strong start and led 15-7, but a 7-0 closing run from Oskaloosa there as Pella Christian loses a starter in Garrett Wheeler, who went back to the locker room with an injury. Trey Steinkamp going to the bench with foul trouble. Eagles just need to find a way to attack the physical play almost and kind of take the physical play back to Oskaloosa a little bit on that end of the floor.
Yeah, I think you've got to put the onus on the officials here. You can't just play on your heels and play scared. I think you have to just keep attacking it, and you have to force them to blow the whistle and make the calls. And if they do, then you're going to be shooting free throws, and if they don't, then I guess it's better. You still have to try it. It's because if you're playing on your heels, Oskaloosa's super aggressive. They're just gonna keep coming at you, and that's just how they play, and they play it well and they play hard. So Yeah, you knew even with the fast start by Pella Christian, Oski was not going to go anywhere. It's a veteran squad, and they'll compete. So first, I think, critical first 4 minutes of this second quarter here for both teams to kind of see which way this goes.
Yeah, Griffin Stoltz getting the inbounds pass, and he'll get it across half court. Pingos Home Store Instant Radio update. Pella Boys Wrestling 2-0 at the ADM Triangular. Pleasantville Boys Wrestling went 2-1 at the Albia Quad. Melcher Dallas defeats Moulton Udell in girls basketball 45-24. And PCM girls basketball defeats Greene County 63-18. Norwalk girls wrestling 52-24. That's a Pingos Home Store Instant Radio update and the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank, with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas. Are serving you and building community across the county. Even Knox with a foul to start off the second quarter for Oskaloosa. First on him, and then
Devin Runner.
Runner picks up the offensive foul on the missed shot by, I believe, was it
Ben Weingard from corner 3 there. So
okay,
yeah, Devin likes to crash the boards. You just got to be smart about it sometimes, though. If you're behind somebody, I'm not sure that's not a travel, but
did not get whistled for a travel, but
jump ball or travel, something.
Yeah, instead he throws up a missed shot as Devin Runner for 3, left it short, and Oskaloosa loses it out of bounds.
Yeah, so
Pella Christian gets it back, and here's an interesting call. Trey Stein came back in early for Cade Geetings, who did a nice job in the few minutes they asked him to go out there. Now Trey gonna have to play smart for Pella Christian.
Yep, so.
Inbounder is Ben Van Weingarten. He'll throw it out to Flagel. Flagel going to the basket. Left it short off the front of the rim. First try, no, but second try, yes.
Yeah, and I think sometimes because Gilbert is so crafty around there that officials kind of let more contact go than normally would, because he gets hit about every time he goes to the basket there. Poor guy.
Yeah, Steck goes to the basket. His shot was too long, and then Hersom knocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, so, but contact's not going to keep Gil from, it's not going to stop him from attacking, I know that, so.
Yeah, game reset wired by Center Point Electric. Pella Christian 17, Oskaloosa 14. 6:55 to go in the second quarter as Ethan Steck picks up another
tried to tie it up, and
yeah, that's just another one that it's like you have Flagel in a bad spot. You don't need to bail him out there with a foul.
Yeah,
that's just that's his second one of the game, and that's just not a smart one as Oskaloosa knocks the inbound pass out of bounds. And quickly, Landon Ramos comes back into the game for Steck, who, as we mentioned, picked up those 2 fouls.
Yeah.
So Steinkamp is the inbounder.
Stuck over in the corner there.
Yeah, really awkward spot to inbound, but able to get it into Flagel. And now out to Runner. Over to Stoltz, to Van Weingarten. They're trying to get it into Flagel, able to find him down low through the contact. Flagel continues his strong 90s up to 11 points as Pella Christian up 21-14 with 6.5 to play in the second quarter. Hersom with it on the left wing. Up top for Knox. Now Tyler Edgar, defended heavily by Griffin Stoltz and Landon Ramos. Sizing up Flagel, kicks it over. He even Knox for 3. Well off the mark, right to Gilbert Flagel, and Griffin Stoltz into the front court for Pella Christian. Ben Van Weingarten with it. He'll hand it off to Stoltz. Now back to Runner. Up top for Steinkamp, defended by Hersom. They'll kick to the corner. Van Weingarten for 3. Too strong. Loose ball fought for, and it's tie up, and it'll go to Oskaloosa.
Yeah. So good hustle by both those players getting on the floor there, trying to save it for their team, and they get the tie up by Ben to, at least nothing else, if you're not going to get the offensive board, get the possession arrow flip back in your favor.
Yeah, Tommy North back into the game for Oskaloosa for even Knox. Both teams have gone 7 deep tonight. As Hersom looks to drive and kicks it back out to Tommy North. North looking for the screen from Hersom. They leave Hersom for a moment as he now looks to drive on Runner. Nothing there as he goes to Heaven Knox. Now Landon Ramos with it.
Travel.
And Ramos traveled. Not many people are going to size up Flagel and be successful trying to get to the basket on him.
No. But at the same time, I feel like I've watched a lot of basketball, and I feel like that's a 50-50 call sometimes. You know, it just depends. Sometimes that's a perfectly legal move on some nights, and that time I guess official thought maybe he just shuffled the feet a little bit much there, so ended up getting called with the travel.
Yeah, nothing there for Flagel as he was trying to get open. Devin Runner going to get an open look from three from the left wing. No good. Ben Van Weingarten tried to save it, but his throw back into Stoltz was too low and he couldn't corral it. So 19-14, Pella Christian leads Oskaloosa with 4:56 to go in quarter number 2. Yeah, Tommy North looking to drive, nearly lost his footing, kicked it out, and Andrew Hersom now has 7 points as he knocks down a 3. He's been huge off the bench for the Indians here tonight.
Giving them some really nice production off the bench.
And then Pella Christian got it to Flagel, and he wasn't able to finish inside. And now Tommy North in transition gets it into Ramos inside. Working against Van Weingarten. Tough fall-away shot goes for Ramos.
Quick timeout, Coach Steinkamp here. Settle things down, regroup a little bit, let you guys catch your breath. You don't really have a sub you can go to, so not a bad call there.
Yeah, we're tied up 19-19, 4:21 to go in the second quarter. Casey Vista presented by the Petronarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Eagles got out to a strong start, but things went haywire in the first quarter there. Garrett Wheeler unfortunately goes down with an injury. We do see him back on the bench. He's still in uniform, which is the good sign, but no definitive sign whether or not he will be returning to the game.
Didn't look great from the looks of it.
Yeah,
his body language maybe says that it's not the best either. You can tell he's in a little bit of pain just looking at him there. So if anything, we know that Garrett is tough. So if there's any possible chance he could get back in, he's going to do it. But not looking great here. So
yeah,
that short bench got a little bit shorter, and again, just going to need some guys to step up and try to help offset his production.
Yeah, that's in Casey Vista presented by the Petronarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the Petronarians.
Pella Christian setting up against the Oskaloosa defense, who's played very physical, trying to keep the ball out of the hands of Flagel. And Landon Ramos just put 2 forearms in the back of Flagel and shoved him. Just again, I understand physical play, but some of these fouls that Oskaloosa has committed so far just not smart fouls.
Yeah, and I'm sure their coaches, you know, they're preaching to be tough and physical, but you got to be smart about it too. So
yeah, Flagel went to the basket. His shot was no good. Griffin Stoltz got the offensive board. Now he's going to try for 3 from the right wing, and that one's too strong, no good. To the basket, Tyler Edgar goes in and lays it in on the right side. And Oskaloosa leads 21-19.
Good handles there on him to finish that. I wasn't sure he was going to get that shot up, but he did fight through it and got it up.
Yeah, Trey Steinkamp with the ball. And he'll give it up to Griffin Stoltz. Stoltz drives, kicks, corner 3 for Devin Runner. Devin Runner will get that one to roll home. 22-21. Pella Christian back on top. 3:17 to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, nice drive there by Griff to draw the defense and gave Devin just enough time to get his feet set there and catch in rhythm. Good pass in the shooting pocket and able to get that one up and in.
Yeah, Tommy North trying to use the screen of Andrew Hersom, but a great job defensively by Ben Van Weingarten to basically erase that screen and make it
block.
Not effective, and then Ben Van Weingarten does get whistled for the block. It just quite couldn't get there in time.
Yeah, trying to use his body there a little bit, and so far has been really good with it. But that time North was able to just get the shoulder ahead just a touch and get Ben off balance. So
yeah, inbound goes to Tommy North. Again, great job by Ben Van Weingarten fighting through screens as Hersom will throw the ball away to Trey Steinkamp. Steinkamp goes to the basket, and his shot is blocked off the Oskaloosa turnover. Just the 3rd turnover for Oskaloosa. Tommy North. Now looking to drive on Van Weingarten. Nothing there. Now it's Hersom giving it up to Heaven Knox. His three, no good. Devin Runner is down with the board.
Nice job by Devin Sky in there to get that. So see if Pella Christian can get a good look here.
Stoltz to Runner, looking over the top. Up top for Van Weingarten. Van Weingarten drives, nice dumped out pass. And Flegel count the bucket and the foul.
Yeah, great shot fake there by Ben to get the defender off his feet on the closeout, and then drew the defender up. And I thought maybe we were going to have a block charge call, but Ben craftily kind of just dished that off there. And great patience by Gilbert to wait for that one to clear and get the foul, get himself to the line here.
Yeah, that's the first foul on Heaven Knox, the fourth on Oskaloosa as a team. Even Knox back in, and then Flegel to the line. How about you talk about the crafty pass there? Flegel getting crafty too. He could have just immediately took that up. Potentially could have got a block. He waited and drew the foul there.
Yep, so see if he can convert it here.
Yeah, and that's the second three-point play of the night at the free throw line. 25-21 Pella Christian lead. 2:07 to go in the second quarter, and a game reset wired by Center Point Electric, where they're wired for excellence. On the other end, Oskaloosa the ball, and Hersom kicks to Even Knox. They'll drive on Trey Steinkamp, nothing there. Now Hersom gives it up to Edgar. His three, too strong and too far to the right to be banked in. And so it'll be Ben Van Weingarten into the front court for Pella Christian. They'll hand it off to Griffin Stoltz. Stoltz looking to drive, now goes back to Van Weingarten in the corner. Van Weingarten defended by Hersom. Van Weingarten going to the bucket, couldn't get the shot to roll in. Good look for Ben at the rim, but just couldn't get it to fall.
Yep, so, and again, the game within the game here. This is important, minute 15 for Trey to get through this rest of this half without getting that third foul. I think they've got Cade ready to check in for him at the scores table, but can you get to a dead ball without something fluky going your way?
Yeah, Griffin Stoltz nearly poked it away from Even Knox. Hersom will throw it away to Gilbert Flegel.
Yeah, good defense there by Pella Christian.
Ball to Trey Steinkamp in the short corner. Now Stoltz getting it back out to Devin Runner. Over to Steinkamp as they're trying to get it inside to Flegel. Not able to find him just yet. Oskaloosa doing a nice job from the backside.
Gonna have to get the skip pass here at some point.
That they are. Ball goes to Runner.
9 on the shot clock.
Yep, now they find Flegel on the left, on the wing. Flegel sizing up, kicks it up. Van Weingarten with 2 on the shot clock, shot no good. And Devin Runner got whistled for the offensive foul, and I think that's a tough break for Devin. He gets his second on Pella Christian, but it really didn't feel like, I felt like that was more between North and Knox.
I actually honestly thought the two Oski players hit each other as well, so, but must have been something there that he saw, but yeah, that's unfortunate because you'd like to get Devin through to the half with just that one foul. Now you bring Levi Fransman on here for the last 25 seconds again. Another sophomore who really hasn't played much at the varsity level. Just got to get locked in here for one possession defensively and see if you can help the team out.
Yeah, 13 seconds, and not exactly sure what the official is signaling there as Cade Geedings is whistled for the hold.
Yeah, so just I think a little bit of the inexperience there, trying to be aggressive, and Coach Steinkamp, you could see there after the foul was wanted him to be back off there a little bit because it resets the shot clock and gives them the last possession here. So
I think they had the shot clock off.
They might have had it off, yeah. That could be. I mean, it had to be close. Yeah, what, 25 seconds, so.
Yeah, Ramos tried to get the shot up over Flegel. Flegel's
got a chance.
With the block. And just left. But, oh man, that was really, really close for Gilbert Flegel. But Pella Christian takes a 25-21 lead into halftime here. And we'll double check and just see where we're at here. But looks like as we get ready for the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, for tires, front end work, there, no plumb oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart and Pella. I think we've got another ceremony getting ready to start here before we get into our stats or anything like that, where looks like they're kind of lining things up. So we'll take a short timeout. We'll be back here on 92.1 KRLS on the Pella Christian YouTube channel momentarily.
Hearthstone and Pella is looking for CNAs and nurses for first, second, and third shifts, and they're eager to invest in you. There's a healthy shift differential for evening and overnight CNAs and nurses, plus a sign-on bonus for both full-time and part-time. This could be a perfect opportunity for a student looking for evening or weekend work, as Hearthstone also offers tuition reimbursement for higher education. To learn more or to apply, visit wesleylife.org/Hearthstone and click Join Our Team.
Whoa, boss, how did that happen?
Mind your business.
I mean, how did a forklift make a shish kebab out of our company truck?
I said mind your business, Billy. It's why we have auto owners. We work with an independent agent to customize our policies. So when the unexpected happens, we know we're covered because unlike you, minding our business is their business.
Oh, that's simple human sense.
Ask me, Chad Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
The winter seems really cold right now and far away from the Knoxville Raceway season. But don't worry, race fans. Thinking about tickets to the Knoxville Raceway will warm you up. Tickets go on sale for season tickets and 2, 3, and 4-day Knoxville Nationals and 360 Nationals on February 1st. And World of Outlaw tickets go on sale January 12th. Go to KnoxvilleRaceway.com for more information. Knoxville Raceway, sprint car capital of the world.
Skills in steel deserve respect. At Vermeer, they're hiring welders, level 1, 2, and 3. From big, complex machines to compact pedestrian equipment, Vermeer Iron takes all kinds of skills. They train. You grow. Your pay grows too. This is where your welding career starts, and they help you build it. Join the second or third shift crew and be part of something tough. Visit VermeerJobs.com or text 641-900-6178.
If you have a big vaulted ceiling in your living room, how long have you had your current ceiling fan? Probably longer than you want to admit. It's a daunting task to think about replacing something 15 to 20 feet in the air. At Centerpoint Electric, we're here to help with any electrical problem you have, big or small. We'll install the new ceiling fan, and you can have a clean, modern look without any of the nervous work at the top of a ladder. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com. We're wired for excellence.
There's a place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, a working drawbridge, and Dutch architecture providing a classic old-world atmosphere. Welcome to the Molengraat. The Molengraat is home to some of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining with Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, Beautiful You Salon, Pella Nail Salon, the Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. You can even take in a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck to our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
We're back at halftime of the Pella Christian Oskaloosa boys game here. Getting entertained with a little bit of the senior lip sync battle that's taken place earlier today. So crowds treated to that, and I didn't see it earlier today, so I'm getting entertained to it for the first time myself here.
Hey, this is all fun. Homecoming week, I mean, this was your winner. This was the overall winner, Aaron.
This was the winner, okay.
Got the disco ball. This is the best part for you, Aaron, just so you know.
There we go.
The greatest showman, bearded lady.
All right.
As played by Gage Dinner. Oh, man.
You got to have some outgoing personalities to do these kind of things. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Say, you guys, your senior class, the overall winners, they brought home the jug this year.
All right.
They won it again. Second year in a row they've won the jug here on Eagle Lane. And did a great job, but as we talk about it, Pella Christian's homecoming, always a really special deal. So the Eagles seniors there on the live stream. We'll get to that, some halftime stats here in a second, but looks like Dan Branderhorst is making his way out for a special recognition ceremony here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. So we're going to go down to Dan here in just a second for presentation here on Eagle Lane. All right, we got just a second. So maybe we'll give away just a little bit right now. It might have something to do with something very special that happened this spring. You know, just a little teaser for everyone at home. So we get ready for, looks like Dan's gonna have them start to make their way out. And here we go. Well, maybe. Yep, so there they go. Now we'll turn it over to Dan Branderhorst, the athletic director here at Pella Christian. I guess we're going to wait for the team to go out.
Tonight, we celebrate the 2025 Class 2A Girls Track and Field State Champions. The 2025 state meet was historic for both our school and girls track program. The Eagles claimed titles in 7 events, including the 100, 200, 400, sprint medley, 4x100, 4x200, and the 4x400, culminating in our school's first ever girls state championship. We thank God for the gifts He has given these athletes, His protection over them, and the memories made this championship season. Please join me in congratulating our girls and coaches as Coach Keith Anderson now unveils the 2025 Girls Track and Field Championship banner.
And another cool recognition here tonight as part of the homecoming festivities. So this one not something that has been an annual tradition, obviously, with it being the first ever state championship for the girls there. But I'm sure it's one that the coaches and athletes would like to make a routine part of the homecoming festivities, along with the lip sync and king and queen coronation. But a lot of hard work by those girls. You know, then they really return pretty much everybody going into this spring season. So I know expectations are high again, and I think there would be, you know, I know Coach Anderson well enough. I think there would be disappointment if they weren't able to secure another championship this season. But part of that is with any sport, you just got to stay healthy, and you get some injuries and things derail pretty quickly. So while you don't want to get too far down the projection path there, I'm going to say this on January, what are we at, 22nd, Tyler? If those girls stay healthy, I think there will be another banner next year.
I would agree with you. I tend to agree with you there. And maybe I'll have to join them for a couple practices because I'm feeling a little winded. I've been running around here a lot during the halftime and just today. And so I'm like, I got up here and I'm like, maybe I should join them and maybe get a little endurance.
I think you should come run with the cross-country boys and girls before the season. Start work yourself into shape for basketball season.
I probably could do that. Mike has offered on a couple different occasions. I just haven't taken him up on it yet.
No,
it probably wouldn't hurt me any.
We've got some people that would push you, that's for sure.
Oh, 100%.
A couple strong teams there as well. So.
Oh, 100%. But as we get into the Inside the Numbers delivered by Pella Fiber here on the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show, Gilbert Flegel leading the way for Pella Christian. He has 12. at the intermission. Devin Runner, he's got 6. Trey Steinkamp with 3. Garrett Wheeler has 2. I talked to Natalie Heisman during halftime there. Not sure what the status is going into the second half. The report I got was stubborn.
Yeah, so I didn't see Garrett out there taking any warm-up shots. Would not surprise me at all to see Griffin slide into that spot here to start the second half, and then it's just a question of how do you go to the bench, and if so, how much? But I think this game's right exactly where we thought it would be, 25-21. I thought if it would be low 50s, would be pretty much the preferred style for both of these teams. So we're right on track for that. So we mentioned it before the girls' game too here that Oskaloosa, because this game did get moved up to tonight, they're playing their 3rd game in 4 days, which sometimes the first half, get through on emotion, and then the second half, the fatigue catches up with you a little bit. So just be something to keep an eye on here in the second half. But if Pella Christian's bench is depleted as we think it might be too, then there's going to be some fatigue on that side as well. So it could very well cancel each other out. So
absolutely, that's inside the numbers. Pella Christian led by Gilbert Flagel. Oskaloosa led by Tyler Edgar with 10 points. That's inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. Second half adjustments, Aaron, real quick as we get into the second half of play.
I think just for Pella Christian, you're going to keep working through Gilbert, and he's going to draw a crowd, so can guys step up and knock some threes down to help you out here in the second half. And nice job by Ben of getting an offensive board there and keeping that alive. But open look, and if you're PC, you just got to keep shooting those because eventually they're going to fall for you.
Yeah, Griff had a good look, just couldn't get it to go down as Flagel with the basketball in the high post. He'll drive by Steck and lay it in for 2. That's our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of Pella Christian High School. That wraps up our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, for an in-work, there are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. On the other end, Landon Ramos, his shot not good. Ben Van Weingarten
got landed on.
Yeah, he's slow getting up, and Oskaloosa loses the ball out of bounds on what looked like it was going to be a turnover. Yeah, Ben Van Weingarten slowly making his way to be the inbounder here.
Yeah.
The Eagles can't really afford that.
They said foul trouble and injuries. Those are things they got to stay away from, and we've already had one injury, so.
Yeah, Flagel, 3-pointer off the mark. Off the inbound, and Tommy North the other way. Yeah. And then Edgar lost the basketball. 5th turnover for Oskaloosa. Been a very clean game turnover-wise. Just the 9th turnover total. 5th for Oskaloosa, 4 for Pella Christian.
Like just a little concentration lapse there.
Yeah,
Let the ball slip off his hands.
Yeah, Trey Steinkamp drove baseline, got it to Van Weingarten. Now Flagel looking to drive, and he went to look to the baseline, and unfortunately it caught the hand of Trey Steinkamp before going out of bounds. So now we're an even 10 with 5 apiece.
Yeah, Oski player did a nice job getting his hand on that one, and I think just a reactionary move by Trey there. Couldn't get his hand out of the way in time, so.
Yeah, so Steck with the basketball. He'll hand it off to Ramos. Ramos is left alone for 3. Off back iron, no good. Rebounded by Steinkamp as Oskaloosa will make him give it up. And Ben Van Weingarten gives it up to Stoltz, now to Flagel. One note, I do not see Wheeler on the bench to start off the second half, period. Flagel steps up to the free throw line, knocks down another jumper. 29-21, Flagel with 16 to lead all scorers. And Pella Christian leads 29-21 with 5.5 to play in the 3rd quarter.
Just had to respect the drive there a little bit, and Gilbert able to make him pay with the little.
Tyler Edgar going to the basket against Stoltz. His shot no good. As Flagel will bring it up into the front court after getting the rebound on the missed 2 from Tyler Edgar.
Good defense there.
Flagel to the basket, count it, and the foul. Flagel with 6 already in the quarter.
Yep.
Has pushed Pella Christian in front by 10, and he's going to the line after the 3rd foul on Ethan Steck.
Yeah, and again, nice job by Gil, just being able to get a little bit of spread there, and Oski kind of took their eyes off the ball a little bit as a team defensively, and one-on-one Gilbert from that area, I'm gonna take my chances most times, and he was able to get there and make him pay and try to get his, if I'm not mistaken, his third old-fashioned three-point play tonight.
It's his opportunity if he can convert it.
If he can convert,
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think those are only 3 free throws we've shot, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a really strong night here for the Eagles at the break and or at the middle of the third quarter here. And in the Pella Motors timeout at Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Let's look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Pella Boys Wrestling, the only other area, or the only other local team competing tonight. Basketball will play tomorrow against Norwalk. Pella Boys Wrestling 2-0 at ADM Triangular. That's the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. And Aaron, I think this is our urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. You're facing an Oskaloosa team, as we mentioned, third game in 4 nights. You come out, you get off to this hot start. You have to find a way to keep the momentum rolling. You can't give Oskaloosa an inch in this moment. And that would be why I call this our urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center.
Yep, and we've referenced it. Their Oskaloosa team they're just competitors. They're just dudes that go out there and play hard, and I do not expect them to go away at any point here. So they're going to make a run or two. You just got, if you're Pella Christian, you got to weather that storm a little bit, and you know, when they do make the run, you just got to be ready to answer it and keep your composure. I think we had a second run off the clock either.
Yeah, after the ball went out of bounds there, Plagle missed that free throw.
Didn't stop just in time. So
yeah, they're trying to get it.
Go to 5:05, 1 second.
There they go.
You never know.
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. So.
Could come down to 1 second.
That's right.
That's our urgent situation presented by Pella Regional Health Center. If you need urgent health care today, be seen today at Pella Regional's walking clinics at Pella, Knoxville, or Ottumwa. Visit PellaHealth.org for hours or wait time as Ben Van Weingarten gets run over by Tommy North.
No. Official saying sorry.
Sorry, I just say first on North, second on Oskaloosa.
Yeah, official saying he lowered the shoulder there. The Oski coach wanted maybe a little bit of a flop call. So 50-50 call for sure.
Yeah.
I could have seen it go either way.
Yeah, I think the tough part is he was trying to turn the corner. And so it was just it was kind of an awkward play just in general. Van Weingarten going to find Devin Runner on the right wing for 3. Devin Runner buries the triple, 34-21. Eagles up by 13, largest lead either way with 4.5 to go in the third quarter. The Eagles fans start to, sense where the momentum's heading, but Oskaloosa with a big answer. Is Tyler Edgar able to lay it in. They're on a nice backdoor cut, make it 34-23, 4:15 to go in the third.
Yep, defender just lost sight of him just a bit, and Edgar was able to make a nice cut and make him pay for that. So now if you're Pella Christian, can you respond again here? And
yeah, it's Ben Van Weingarten with the ball. He was looking to get it to Devin Runner. Now he's kind of stuck with it. And
it's a hold.
Landon Ramos is going to bail Pella Christian out on the baseline by holding Gilbert Flagel and picking up his second foul and the third on Oskaloosa in the quarter. And
second time Ramos has been trying to get a little bit physical with him off the ball, and official saw something there he didn't like, but you're right, it ended up bailing him out because we were dangerously close to a 5-second call or having to use a timeout there. So see if you can capitalize and make him pay here for it.
Person comes in for
who was great off the bench
Edgar.
The first half, mind you.
Yeah.
Really gave them a nice lift.
We have a Pingles Home Insurance already update. We lost a balloon to the rafters.
Lost a balloon, so that's.
And Flagel is whistled for the carry.
So
the Eagles turn it over. I just saw the balloon go to the rafters, and I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, well,
someone lost a balloon.
I don't think it'll be down before we're done tonight, so
no,
we should be okay.
Yeah, I just saw that, and I'm like, it just
catch you out of the corner of your eye, and
I was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
Say, I saw the little girl standing down there too. She's like, oh no, there goes my balloon.
Hopefully nobody's in tears over it.
Yeah, Tommy North goes to the basket.
Yeah, nice.
And he's whistled. He'll draw the foul on Ben Van Weingarten. His second. First on the Eagles in the quarter, but Tommy North.
Nice strong drive with the left hand there by North.
Yeah, he'll get to the line here. There's Oskaloosa on a little 5-0 mini run here.
Yep.
North makes the free throw. And Oskaloosa will man up, pressure, full court. Trey Steinkamp able to get it across half court. Ball into the hands of Runner. They'll hand it to Flagel, and Ramos is going to pick up another foul.
Yeah, so that's big if you're Pella Christian. You got 3 minutes, 22 seconds left here in the third quarter, and that's the 4th team foul. So if any foul here on out, you've really got to make them pay for that a little bit. So if I'm Pella Christian, I'm staying aggressive at attacking the basket and trying to get that contact. And if you can get some of those ticky-tack calls there, then get to the free throw line and knock some free throws down. Would definitely work to your advantage.
Yeah, that's the 3rd on Ramos, too. So 3 on Steck, 3 on Ramos. Ball goes into Flagel. He'll go to the basket, and he'll lay it in. And
what do we got here? Flop warning.
Flop warning. As Flagel goes to the basket. He's already got 20 points. And Landon Ramos is whistled for the flop warning.
My line of sight was a little obstructed there. I didn't think it was egregious, but
I don't think there was tons of contact between he and Flagel, and he kind of hit the floor.
Yeah, no, sometimes I guess when I consider a flop warning, it's somebody's really trying to exaggerate. And again, I was blocked a little bit, so I just saw the end result there. So official, I guess, had a better viewpoint on it than I did. So saw something he didn't like, and
Ramos goes into Steck, and the ball poked away by Flagel.
Good hands in there.
Steinkamp into the front court, finding Stoltz out of the corner for Runner. Up top, ball goes to Van Weingarten, now to Steinkamp.
So again, you're in the bonus there. Put the pressure on him.
Yeah, and Steinkamp went to the basket and just left it short. Knox kicks to Tommy North. North drives in, and he'll go up and finish over the top of Devin Runner. Good defense there, but a better shot by North.
Good strong finish. In fact, I thought maybe he got hit on the hand. Could have maybe called a little contact there with that, but.
Yeah, Griffin Stoltz able to get it to Steinkamp in the front court. And I've never heard a whistle like that, but a Pella Motors timeout taken by Joe Steinkamp and Pella Christian's bench.
Well, I think the last whistle I heard like that was the Little Eagle tournament here a couple weekends ago on Saturday morning when they didn't. Yeah, so we'll just leave it at that. So obviously some issue there with the whistle. So
sounded more like an eagle screech or whatever, but
yeah.
Pingle's Home Store Insta Radio updates. Indianola boys wrestling 63, Norwalk 16, and then Newton falls to Dallas Center Grimes in both of their wrestling matches tonight. Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Again, Newton swept in a doubleheader in wrestling by Dallas Center Grimes. Indianola splits. Girls wrestling goes to Norwalk. Boys wrestling goes to Indianola in the Warren County matchup there. And then in basketball, Melcher Dallas defeats Molten Udell 45-24 in girls. And then Pleasantville. We've got Pleasantville girls basketball defeating Greene County. Or PCM girls basketball defeating Greene County 63-18, while Pleasantville girls basketball falls to DMC 75-24. That's the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Casey Mister presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Pella Christian, they had their lineup got a little bit shortened. Garrett Wheeler is back on the bench, but I see a chair being brought over to ice the ankle is what I was told is the injury, so probably not a good sign for the Eagles.
No, so I don't really see a way that he comes back tonight. I think the biggest question is, moving forward. There you go, get to the free throw line. So North on the foul there.
Yeah, Tommy North whistled for the bump. The second on North and the 5th on Oskaloosa, so he's going to go to so Steinkamp's going to go to the line.
Yeah, so back to Garrett, just closing that. Tonight's obviously going to be out of the picture, but you just wonder about the long-term ramifications with 2 games next week and what that looks like. If you can get him back in there and contribute in, and if not, then that's going to change some things. And Coach Steinkamp and staff will have to look to adjust and work some new faces in here to get through until he can return.
Yeah, Steinkamp goes 2 for 2 at the line. Again, that's in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Minute 55 to go in the third quarter in a game reset wired by Center Point Electric. Pella Christian leads Oskaloosa 38-28 in boys basketball. Pella Christian in the bonus already because Oskaloosa has committed 5 fouls in the third quarter. Tommy North driving on Flagel. Flagel got a block, and Eagles bench does not like it. Flagel looked like he got it clean.
For everything we've seen tonight.
That's
a tough one.
Well, I mean, and honestly, even the last one there on North wasn't necessarily egregious, especially with some of the plays they've let go.
So I thought he actually bodied him up pretty well defensively last time and was called for the foul. And here I thought Gilbert got a lot of ball and was called for the foul. So
North missed the first one, so it's 39-28. Pella Christian on top of Oskaloosa with 1:38 to go in the third. And North does make the second one to make it a 10-point game yet again.
So again, key minute and a half here.
Oh, Van Weingarten got really fortunate there.
Foot slip.
Yeah, he did not have a foot land on the ground. Thankfully, he's okay, but
so
keeps the possession alive as Trey Steinkamp sets up the Eagles offense by giving to Van Weingarten. Now back to Steinkamp. They'll give it up to Devin Runner on the right wing. Stoltz with it out top. Back to Runner.
Yeah, I'm trying to get Gilbert in the high post there.
Shot
clock winding down.
2 on the shot clock. Shot blocked by Stack. Stoltz tried to get it up, but it's an Eagles turnover there.
Yep. So good defense by Oskaloosa there. So, minute 2 left here, 10-point game. If you're Oskaloosa, you got to get this to single digits. If you're Pella Christian, you want to try to keep this to double digits as you go to the fourth quarter. So an important minute here for both teams.
Absolutely, it is. And Oskaloosa, I don't
threw
know
it off
if
a player. It should be okay.
They did say it was tipped into the backcourt. So ball went well behind half court. It's Tommy North with it now. Has to give it up to Heaven Knox. Spins, tough shot, no good. Rebound ends up in the hands of Stack. He'll go to the basket and lay it in.
Yeah, tough break there. You had the rebound secured and could hold for one shot and keep your double-digit lead, and instead you bounces off, and Stack able to make him pay here to cut it to 8. So.
Yep, Steinkamp working on wasting some time. Yep. 13 on the game clock.
So again, contact is free throws, so don't just settle here.
Yeah, on the left wing, Steinkamp is looking to drive baseline, nothing there. Stoltz gonna try the 3 for the corner, and Griffin Stoltz, was that his 3rd buzzer beater of the season? Griffin Stoltz is money at the buzzer. 42-31 as Stoltz knocks down the corner 3 to give Pella Christian an 11-point lead at the half. Man,
I don't know.
What'd you put in him this year?
It's
a couple really good ones too.
I subscribe to that old adage that if you don't have time to think, things tend to work out a little bit better. So sometimes you just got to catch and shoot, and it's not huge mystery. He's been in a little bit of a slump this year, and sometimes that can get you going. But again, I think like anything, you just overthink things, and when you don't have the opportunity to overthink it, you've got no other options. So big bucket there by Griff to end that, and nice patience by Trey to find him there too. So pushes this lead back to double digits, and so here's now again. You want to stay aggressive, and we didn't see any subs there that quarter for Pella Christian. So Coach Steinkamp's got 3 timeouts left, so I would expect him to use those kind of strategically as we go through the fourth quarter here, if nothing else, just to buy some time for the guys. So
absolutely right. But a strong quarter there, strong end of the quarter. He had the one against, was it Dallas or Grimes or Knoxville last week? That was just
Knoxville. We had the steal at the end of the third quarter, and
I knew it was one of those 2 games.
Threw it up at the basket, and admittedly afterwards, maybe he said, I wasn't even sure where the basket was. I just caught and turned it, but it worked out. So
yeah, that was a phenomenal shot.
So a little momentum there for the Eagles. See if they can carry that over here, and apparently went back to a 10-point game.
Yeah, you're listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on FM 92.1 KRLS, Knoxville, Pella Newton, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella Newton. Ethan Stack with the basketball, and he throws it away to start off the fourth quarter.
But I'm not sure. We obviously had a scoreboard issue. We're back to 41-31 instead of 42-31.
Yeah, I think they maybe added one earlier on, but
okay.
I'm not, because I think they accidentally added one around the time of the North free throws there. So 41-31, Pella Christian leads it here.
Maybe just a correction then.
Yeah, game reset wired by Center Point Electric. With that note, 7:40 to play in the fourth quarter. It's 41-31. Penley Christian on top of Oskaloosa here. As Flagel pulls up to the free throw line jumper, and Flagel knocks it down. He's got 23 here to make it 43-31. Penley Christian.
Yeah, and if Gilbert's going to be hitting that mid-range jumper, that makes him really difficult to guard with his length and ability to put the ball on the floor. So that's a good sign if you're Pella Christian.
Steck handed off to Ramos, now to Edgar. Back to Ramos, he gets into the middle of the lane. High shot, no good.
It's out of bounds. Nope, kept his heel up.
Yeah, great job by Ben Van Wijngaarden to have the presence of mind there.
I thought his heel was on the ground and he was out, but.
I thought there was going to be a whistle there because I thought Flagel got hit on the arm pretty good.
Yeah, so if you're Pella Christian, you want to be patient. I mean, you want to stay aggressive, but you want to be patient, kind of shorten this game up if you can a little bit. And if you can get to the free throw line in the process, that's not going to hurt. And
Flagel gets into the lane and gets fouled by Ethan Steck. That is number 4 on Steck.
Yeah. And I think Steck had the body pretty well. Official thought maybe he just came down on it on that shot there. So, but yeah, you don't want to get stagnant, but at the same time, like, you got to be smart and kind of limit possessions here if you can get scores. And nope.
No friendly bounce for Flagel there.
Might be back to his pattern from last week. Miss your first, make your second.
Yeah, might be. Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard real quick. Only one other team from Pella competing tonight. That was Pella Boys Wrestling going 2-0 at the ADM Triangular. That's the Marion County Bank Radio scoreboard. Flagel left that one short, but the rebound with the Griffin Stoltz.
Oski just didn't box him out.
Yeah, interesting there. As double team shown for a moment. Now Flagel going to kick to Devin Runner. Runner,
tipped.
Corner 3.
Yep.
Got blocked partially by Ramos.
Ramos, yeah, used his length there to get that. So.
In transition, North goes to the basket. No, Steck to the basket. Blocked, and someone is whistled for the push, and they called on Devin Runner. I had to see another angle because, I mean, from up top, it looked about as clean as could be.
Said he pushed him from behind. I don't see that one at all.
No.
But that's the trouble with that call is you're trying to make it through the bodies, and it's a difficult angle, but it is what it is, as they say. So play on.
Yep, Steck misses the first free throw. So Pella Christian maintains a 43-31 lead with 6:26 to go in the game. Steck misses the second, but Hersom grabs the offensive board.
Charge.
And Steck to the basket and fouls out of the game. Gilbert Flagel with the heads-up play to draw the foul, and Steck checks out.
Yeah. And great job by Gilbert there. He was set up for that one well in advance. So nice job of taking it there. And I don't really think there was a lot of debate on that one. I feel like he was there pretty early. So, but again, good sacrifice the body for the good of the team there. So you get a bucket here and capitalize, push this up to 14 or 15. That could be, or you get a possible turnover. You got to get on the ground.
Yeah, and Tyler Edgar is going to force that turnover.
Yeah.
And Ben Van Wijngaarden is going to be whistled for a block this time around.
Yep.
That's going to be the third on Van Wijngaarden. Just the 8th turnover for the Eagles. Oskaloosa with 8 as well. Edgar to the line. And Edgar misses the free throw. Oskaloosa shooting it 4 of 9 now at the free throw line tonight.
So, again, haven't been great there. So
I'll make it 5 of 10.
Which allows them to set up a little bit of pressure here. So
yeah, and they put North on Flagel.
Yep.
And they're gonna tell everyone to clear out.
Like there's more body there than what they got called earlier.
Flagel to the basket.
Oh boy.
Count it.
Tough.
And one as he got whacked on the head. Unbelievable. The senior Flagel decided on homecoming. I'm going out with the. I'm going out doing everything I can to help us win. A heroic effort here tonight. 25 of 45.
Just the strength there by Gilbert to get through the body contact and then able to finish at the rim and not able to pay it off. Nope. So again, I think a little bit tired there. So.
Yeah, he's had to work extra hard here, but Tyler Edgar whistled for his second foul.
Yeah, so.
Team's third of the quarter.
So look for Oskaloosa to work the ball, maybe try to get a few quicker shots here than what they've been normally accustomed to. Good hustle play there.
Lost the ball. Diving on the floor is Ben Van
What do we got?
Weingarten.
We got
And they're going to call Van Weingarten for the foul, I think.
for Ben.
Yeah. For a push.
Okay. All right.
No argument really from the Eagles bench.
Yep. So
they.
But that is 4 on Ben.
Yeah.
So that's big, because if he goes out, that's a big key piece you're going to lose here in the final minutes.
Defending Tommy North, and North with a
Somehow
very
gets
tough
that
shot.
through. Yep.
North now with 9 points in the game as Trey Steinkamp races ahead and
Be
finds
patient.
Devin Runner.
Be patient.
And back to Stoltz.
So work a little clock here.
They're going to get it inside for Flegel.
Yep.
Cross-court look. Stoltz wide open from the corner. Just a touch too strong, and Hersham down with a board.
Right on line there, just a little long. So it's a shot you got to take, though, in that situation.
And Oskaloosa comes down
right
and
back.
answers big time as Pella Christian lost Tommy North in transition. He's now got 12, and it's 45-37.
Yep. So actually not terrible if you're Pella Christian. I mean, you don't want to give up the score, but the fact that Oskaloosa called a timeout, I think, is good, because it saves one of yours, and you can kind of regroup a little bit, let guys catch their breath. As we've mentioned, we've yet to see a sub off the bench here this half for Pella Christian. So they're tired, no doubt, but see if they can fight through it here and close this out. And like I said, Oskaloosa's tired too. They've had a long week, so battle of attrition here with 4:56 left to go. And that's, again, Ben is something to keep an eye on, because if he does go, you give up not only your best on-ball defender, but you give up senior leadership and experience, and it's going to be hard to replace that with either of the sophomores that come off the bench in his place. So I wouldn't be surprised to see if they move Ben off of North here defensively the last little bit, at least for a little while here.
Yeah, just buy him a few more minutes and get Stoltz on him. Casey Mister presented by the Veterinarians, Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. The Pella Motors, after the Pella Motors timeout taken by Oskaloosa, and the 4th foul on Oskaloosa in the quarter, going against Tommy North for his 3rd. Pella Christian battling through adversity. Caleb Volk probably, he told me, likely done for the year.
Yep.
With with a back injury, and then Garrett Wheeler injured here.
Double team coming, get the ball out of his hands.
Yep, Steinkamp able to get it into the front court for Stoltz. Now Van Weingarten, cross court, Steinkamp, wide open look for 3 from the right wing, and he left it short.
Yep. So big stop here for Pella Christian. You got to dig in defensively, because if this one gets cut down even more, then you've got really.
And Edgar knocking down the 3 on the other end.
There it is. So
Oskaloosa makes it 45-40 with 4:22 to play in the 4th quarter. Eagles able to get the ball into the front court. It's Griffin Stoltz getting it back to Steinkamp.
And again, if you're Pella Christian, any foul is going to be free throws, so you want to keep the pressure on.
Ben Van Weingarten, an open 3 from the corner.
Nice answer.
Great time for his first bucket of the night. Make it 48-40. 4 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. North drives baseline, and someone just got drilled on the sideline with the basketball.
Oh no!
The ball got tipped, and no one warned her that the ball was coming.
As Kevin Barrett, Wrigley Field would say, be alert for foul balls.
Yeah, no doubt. The good news is I see some laughter.
I see some giggles.
Now.
I think there's a little more embarrassment than injury, so we should be good.
That's the good news. Another 30-second Pella Motors timeout taken here by Oskaloosa. Again, that's a Casey Mister presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
You're listening to Pella Christian Basketball here on 92.1 KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Late in the 4th quarter. I shouldn't say late. We're midway through the 4th quarter.
Yep.
Just past the halfway point. I misread that. So 3:57 to go in the 4th. Pella Christian 48, Oskaloosa 40. And what a day. You've got the girls winning the opening game of the doubleheader. You had the festivities of homecoming. The Paxton Bauma Brofhart announced his homecoming king and queen. Been an exciting day and an exciting nightcap here at a homecoming as Tommy North is going to the basket. The Eagles wanted to travel, didn't get it. North able to connect on the shot. They make it 48-42.
Nice job slow stepping his way there through the defense. So
yeah, Flagel double team.
Again, every foul is going to be free throws, so just got to take care of the
ball.
ball.
Lost the ball, and then took it right back. Ripped it away from North in transition. Steinkamp to the basket. No, but then Weingarten with the follow.
Huge putback there for Ben. That's why you don't give up on a play. Trail that through.
Yeah, Landon Ramos tried to post up.
Short.
Kicks it out. Hersom shot no good.
And that's going to be 5 on
And
Ben.
Ben Van Weingarten just got whistled for foul number 5. Can't believe it. He has all 3 fouls called on the Eagles in the quarter.
Yeah.
Eagles.
Coach going to try to use this quick break here as a makeshift timeout before he subs in. So looks like Cade Giddings is going to check in for him as well. So
yeah, they're going to move. They're going to move guys around defensively here.
Yep. So tough spot here again, but you know, these seniors and upperclassmen kind of help work Cade through here.
Watching the replay, he fouled him.
He fouled, yep.
Yeah,
so
he put 2 hands on the back. And
yeah. Yep.
North might have sold it a little bit, but you can't put 2 hands on the back.
Yep. No, and if you're Ben, you're a senior, like you know you can't put yourself in that position here. So.
And Oskaloosa turned it over.
Griffin touched it. Griffin tipped it. I don't think that should be a turnover.
The officials are gonna talk it over.
It was tipped, and I don't think we had possession in the front court.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Yeah.
They reversed the call.
Yep. Right call.
They got it right.
Yep. So. But it should be on the side instead of underneath. So, yeah, there wasn't possession in the front court, and
no argument from Coach Steinkamp.
Nope.
So.
Nope. Good,
you know,
and good job by the officials getting together and helping
right.
each other out. So that's really what you want to see. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Say, I mean, as much as you love the benefit of the doubt on that one,
yeah,
you appreciate it and they got it right. As Tommy North looks to post up Stoltz, kicks it cross court. He even knocks for 3. No. Tyler Edgar got the rebound and able to put it in.
There, so, yep, nice job crashing there. But again, go into the contact, get yourself to the free throw line.
Stoltz in the front court with it.
Yep. Again, they're going to double on trade anytime the ball gets caught out top. Don't be afraid to use a timeout here.
Yeah, Cade Giddings is actually going to be the one that gets fouled.
Step on up there, kid.
It's on Knox, his 2nd, and Oskaloosa's 5th. So Cade Giddings, I think this is his, I want to say 3rd varsity action of the season.
Yeah, it's been pretty limited. Got in the other night against Fairfield, but that was a little different situation. So,
as I say, I think Fairfield maybe a game or 2 early on.
Yeah, so nerves are definitely pumping here for Cade. So, and understandable.
Yeah, tough position to be asked to come into.
Absolutely. So if he could get one of these, that would be great. So.
Yep, he missed the first one, and the second one also off the mark. And Devin Runner just got whistled for the Eagles.
And that's his 4th.
They have 4 up there, Alley at 3.
Actually.
But it is going to be number 5. So it's 4 on Runner, but 5 on the team. So now Oskaloosa is going to go to the line. Tyler Edgar going to shoot free throws.
Yeah. Could come down to a free throw fest here the last 2 minutes, 38 seconds, which.
And just not a foul you need to commit if you're a runner.
No.
The one benefit is Edgar misses the front end.
Yeah,
the
but still.
I think 2 shots.
You'd like to be able to play a possession out there defensively versus send them straight to the free throw line. So.
Yeah, you give them a chance to score without any time coming off the clock.
And a chance to pick up full court too. That's the other side of it. So.
Yeah, so 50-45, Pella Christian leads as Steinkamp able to get it into the front court for Flagel. 2.5 minutes to play in the 4th quarter. Is Cade Giddings with it, defended by Hersom.
Timeout.
And a timeout taken by Coach Steinkamp there.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea there.
Nope.
I mean, Stoltz was coming over, but Giddings was just having a tough time getting a passing lane to even find him.
Yep. So, you know, Oskaloosa's been doubling the ball here the entire second half out front, trying to get it out of Trey's hands specifically, but then they've been following around a little bit too. So, you know, if you're Pella Christian, you want the ball in Trey's hands, you want the ball in Gilbert's hands, and let them kind of go to work and decent free throw shooters at that too. So probably your options you want to get to the line on any fouls here. So.
Yeah, I might throw Devin Runner into that mix too.
Yeah.
He'd be another guy.
He's fine. Yep.
As I say,
So.
he's tall, so he's able to, with the ball, he's able to make some moves. He can shoot free throws.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, a senior, maybe, not as experienced as maybe some of the other guys on the floor, but another guy who's, definitely capable of stepping up in a big moment for you.
Yeah, he's played enough this year that he's comfortable out there now. So a different scenario than earlier in the year. So, and then if you're Oskaloosa, I fully expect on their end of it just to keep putting pressure on, attacking the basket. So they're, like I said, they don't mind getting to the free throw line, and if they do, they're typically right. People are getting there. They're pretty confident they're going to make it. So, Steck would be the one that you would want to send there if you're Pella Christian, but he fouled out a while ago, so you don't have that option. So it could very well come down to free throws here the last little bit. That's for sure. Coming for the steal.
Yeah, the ball inbounded to Flegel, and he'll go to the basket, and they call an offensive foul on Flegel.
Yeah. So Coach Steinkamp wanted the kick out there on that as they collapsed in. So. But didn't get it, so now you got to dig in defensively. 2:20, you're up 5. Stop here is huge. If you're Oski, a basket here is huge for your momentum, your confidence. So big possession coming up, both teams.
Absolutely. So they're just wiping off the court real quick. Just make sure that there's not a slick spot underneath the Pella Christian basket. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the ball game. It's 50-45. Pella Christian leading the Indians.
Yep.
Here inside the Element Siding and Windows radio broadcast booth, Tyler Crabb and Aaron Stoltz bringing you all of tonight's action in front of a packed house here on Eagle Lane for homecoming. And it's Tommy North with the basketball, defended by Trey Steinkamp. Ball finds its way to Heaven Knox. Now Hersom, three-pointer from the wing, no. Rebounded by Steinkamp.
How do you not
Ramos
call?
ripped it away, and the
Wow.
Eagles wanted the foul. It didn't get it. North driving the baseline, trying to work on Steinkamp. Nothing doing there. As he knocks in the corner, and the Eagles wanted to travel, didn't get it. Edgar with it as they're running down time. Ball finds its way into the hands of Tommy North. He's going to get a screen from Ramos.
Runner's got to step up on that.
Yeah, finds it to Ramos down below, and he'll be able to roll in the shot. And 50-47. And Cade Geetings in transition was looking for Devin Runner and threw it away.
Yeah, that's tough. You just got to be smart there and be patient. So a little bit of inexperience showing up there on his part, but you don't really have any other options right now.
Tommy North pulling up from way downtown, and we have a tie ball game. As Tommy North pulls up from the volleyball line nearly and ties us at 50-50 with 1:08 to play in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, going back to that. I think Coach Steinkamp's still going back to that defensive rebound that Trey got on the baseline there and looked like his arm was completely grabbed up from behind. And,
yeah, he couldn't get away from him. And
whether it's a foul or a jump ball, can't be a play on. I wouldn't imagine there. So, but either way, and you gotta regroup. You've given up a little 5-0 run here, so big possession coming out of the timeout here. So, you've got some ideas where it's probably going to go if you're both teams, and can you execute? And my guess is, Gilbert or Trey gets it, we're probably seeing a double team coming at some point here. So if you're one of these other guys, can you step up and just make a big play to help the team out?
Absolutely. So Pella Christian on the floor has Gilbert Flegel, Trey Steinkamp, Devin Runner, Cade Geetings, and Griffin Stoltz. Ben Van Weingarten has fouled out. Garrett Wheeler injured early in this contest. For Oskaloosa, it's Andrew Hersom, Heaven Knox, Landon Ramos, and Tyler Edgar and Tommy North. And Steinkamp getting the inbound, defended by Hersom.
And again, if you can get the contact, if you're Trey,
They're able to get the ball to Flagel. Flagel works baseline as the double team comes. They kick it out to Stoltz. Stoltz gets by his man. His runner's out the front of the rim. No good. Devin Runner with the offensive rebound.
No way.
Offensive foul is called on Runner, and they foul out Devin Runner.
Gosh.
I just don't have words for that. That's just, you can't make that call there. As
tough.
much contact as you've let go the last 2 possessions, you can't make that call.
No, that's tough. Tough break to go against you, but you know, they had a look there and weren't able to get it. So now you're down to Levi Franzman back in the game here. And things just get a little more difficult if you're PC to try to close this one out.
Yeah, Knox looking to drive. They'll give it up to Tommy North. They're asking for the screen. Trying to get Franzman switched on to North. Franzman fresh into the game for Runner.
Baseline help.
Franzman with good defense cuts off North.
Somebody's got to take the ball.
Ramos is driving, lost it for a moment.
9 on the shot clock.
Able to get it to Heaven Knox. Knox loses the ball. Kate Geetings with the steal. Able to get it to Trey Steinkamp.
And a foul.
By Heaven Knox. Kate Geetings with the defensive play in the right spot at the right time. Nothing fancy, but able to get Pella Christian the ball back. He gets Steinkamp to the free throw line.
Yeah, so just, you know, able to get force an extra pass there by Pella Christian defensively out to the corner. Kind of got Oski out of sorts a little bit with their rhythm, and able to lead to the turnover there and see if Trey can knock these down to give the Eagles the lead.
12.4 seconds to go, and Steinkamp is up the front of the rim on the first one.
All right, so regroup here, knock this one down, and either way, Oski's going to have a chance to come down and see if they can win it one way or another here.
50 to 50, 12.4 seconds to play. Pella Christian and Oskaloosa tied. Steinkamp makes the second.
So
51 to 50.
My guess
Eagles
is
are on their feet.
North's going to the basket if I had to guess.
North working on Stoltz to the
Push
basket.
him.
And a travel is called on Tommy North. The Eagles will take over. Griffin Stoltz with the great defense.
I actually thought maybe they were going to call him with a little bit of a push off there, but I don't really know that he traveled so much.
I don't know, but official was definitive on the baseline about it. Full Pella Motors timeout taken by Oskaloosa. Griffin Stoltz and Kate Geetings back-to-back plays. Forced turnovers. Tyson Vanderlyn didn't set to check into the game for the first time.
Tell me you're nervous without telling me you're nervous, Tyler.
I know. 8 seconds to go in the game. Tyson Vanderlyn goes to the scorer's table. And I know the Vanderlyn as well, so I don't feel like they're going to give me that hard of a time. But he goes to show the number like 4 times, and he's like, why are they not getting it? And then he realized, oh, wait, I'm still wearing the warm-up.
So, yeah, so Coach Steinkamp drawing up a little inbounds play here. If you're Pella Christian, obviously you want Trey to get the ball. More Gilbert. But regardless, you got to be ready for a quick foul or a steal. And then if Oski's, anywhere in the corner, Oskaloosa's likely going to trap it, and so you got to be ready for that as well. So
everybody on Eagle Lane on our side of the gym is on their feet. The Oskaloosa fans, I think, are so nervous they can't get out of their seat.
Yeah, looks like
51 to 50. Pella Christian on top of Oskaloosa with 8.1 seconds to play.
A little box set here to try to get Trey through, or Gilbert with the ball. Tyson.
They're going to end up finding Tyson Vanderlinden, and he'll be fouled immediately.
Yeah.
So we're going to really put those nerves to the test here,
yeah,
Aaron.
Maybe. Yeah, I think in an ideal situation there, Griffin gets back in a little bit quicker and you can get it back to it, just because Griffin's been in the flow of the game. That's the only reason I say that.
Yeah.
He's been in the flow of the game, so you can get up there, and maybe Tyson can prove us wrong here by knocking these down. So
foul on Heaven Knox was his fourth. 51 to 50. Pella Christian leads. 6.7 seconds to play, and Tyson Vanderlinden at the free throw line.
Yeah.
For 2 shots.
We went from 8.1 to 7.9 there, so definitely had a lag in what was going on, which unfortunately makes Junior here have to stand at the line a little bit longer and think through it.
Yeah. So 6.9.
Got some deep breaths and some wiping of the shorts here. So I'm gonna tell you what, that's nothing I've seen at the JV level at any point this year for him. So, had a kid.
And it does not phase Tyson on the first free throw.
So
52-50.
Yep. So if he makes it and you get a sub in, you get a chance to set your defense. If he doesn't, you've got to play it on the fly. And I'm sure coaches have talked about here what's the plan. You know, he doesn't.
Off the
So
back
there we go.
iron, no good for the second free throw for Tyson
So you
Vanderlinden.
don't want to foul.
Tommy North in transition.
You don't want to
nearly
foul.
lost the ball. Tyson Vanderlinden nearly forced a couple of turnovers. Person at the buzzer is no good, and Pella Christian holds on for a 52-50 win here on homecoming. What a thrilling homecoming victory for the Eagles. How about the play of Tyson Vanderlinden in the final 20 seconds of the game there? Nearly forced 2 turnovers. He got the free throw to give him just a little bit of breathing room. And we avoid overtime this time around as the Eagles win it in regulation 52-50.
Just a great team effort by Pella Christian there. You know, we mentioned this is third game in 4 days for Oskaloosa, and honestly, I think it showed a little bit. I think they were a little bit tired, you know, but credit to Pella Christian. You know, they're playing shorthanded. They're battling through. We've got 3 guys on the floor.
They're going to let Gilbert out 27 points for Gilbert Flagel tonight.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's all the seniors too, because he's got the jug down there that they won this afternoon.
But yeah, just a total team effort here. Guys stepping up and guys put in tough situations that normally would not be put into. So you know, hats off to them. You know, yeah, there's just a lot you can say there, and there's growth moments throughout every season, and you know, even if Garrett comes back, maybe this gives you a little more confidence to use a couple guys to buy some minutes down the stretch. You know, I mean, as these games progress here and unfold this next few weeks. But wow, what a gutsy win! Absolutely, I could have said it better myself. I don't know about you, Aaron. I need a breather, and then we got an important lady to talk to today. Our McKay Group Radio key player of the game here in a moment. From the girls contest. We return on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Pella Christian 52, Oskaloosa 50 here on Friday night or on Thursday night. Excuse me.
Hey guys, Valentine's Day is coming up fast, and yes, it's on a Saturday, so no work delivery to save us this year. If you scramble like I do every year, Thistle's Flower Market in Pella makes it easy. Pre-order 2 of her favorites in one stop. Beautiful flowers and Garden Square chocolates. Simple, thoughtful, and stress-free. Skip the panic, plan smart, and show her you love her. Thistle's Flower Market, because every last minute doesn't have to look like the last minute.
KNIA KRLS is an equal opportunity employer and strives to reach out as broadly as possible for applicants whenever it has a hiring opportunity. To facilitate its effort at broad outreach, KNIA KRLS Radio invites any interested organization to let us know should it wish to be notified when KNIA KRLS has a job opening. If your organization would like to be notified, please let us know. Send your information to KNIA KRLS at KNIAKRLS.com or mail it to KNIA KRLS Radio, P.O. Box 31, Knoxville, Iowa 50138.
Thanks for tuning in to this.
Apologies about that. We're not wrapping up here on Eagle Lane. The fun's just getting started with post-game coverage. Not sure how that happened, but apparently something got missed in the log. With our continuing coverage of Iowa High School athletics, we're joined now by Rachel Kak-Marinsky, our McKay Group Radio key player of the game on homecoming, following an unofficial 20-point, 21-rebound performance against Oskaloosa in a big victory here on Eagle Lane to get back into the win column. Rachel, just starting off, it was kind of an interesting game. Didn't necessarily get off to the right start for the Eagles. It was just kind of back and forth for a little while. Third quarter, you guys were able to pull away. What was kind of the difference between the first and the second half that allowed you guys to kind of go on that run and take control?
Yeah, I think one thing that we do very well is we follow our scouting report. And so we kind of had to go in at halftime, and we definitely had to make adjustments. We talked and we said, okay, well, they're hitting these threes, so we need to close out. So we came out with that mentality, and we just have such good athletes that we were able to make those adjustments. I think that just our resilience really helped in those moments when, we could have kind of just lowered ourselves, so to speak, but instead we kind of played up to our standards.
And looking at this contest too, I mean, this was kind of unique too, right? It's not very often do you have all the festivities before the game, right? Obviously, a lot of you guys are participating in that stuff, and you have a lot of fun. And then there's a little bit of that downtime in between, where there's some games in between. There's some time to go out and maybe get something to eat or something, or just kind of talk through the game as well. Talk us through kind of that mentality of that little layoff there between the excitement of the homecoming festivities and getting ramped back up for the game, and how you kind of overcome the potential for that lull in between.
Oh yeah, for sure. I actually went home and I completely missed film at 4 o'clock, so I had a bit longer of a layoff. But I would say, I think that those things, like the games, the energy that we had throughout the day really carried into our performance tonight, because you could tell pregame that our energy was different. There was a joy we were playing with. There was kind of a swagger almost. There was a confidence. We had the nice vintage pants to wear. And I just think that we had that energy, we had that confidence, and we had that drive to win. And I do think it took us a little bit to kind of focus up, but once we did, we just played amazing.
Absolutely. And, I mentioned your performance here tonight, and, obviously it was a really solid performance, but a lot of really strong efforts across the board, too. Addie Van Arendonk, 13 points. Bryn Runner, who, this season, her role's been kind of more on the defensive end. She contributed 6. Jessica kind of got going in the second half for 6. This team's starting to kind of get healthy at the right time as well. How big of a factor has that played in helping you and just kind of getting your game to that next level here late in the season?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just amazing. They're all so talented. Addie used her big feet and just got so many offensive rebounds and got so many. I mean, she had some amazing post moves there. I was so impressed. And then Bryn is just one of the best defenders I've ever seen. She's so long and she anticipates so well. And Jess is obviously amazing with her shooting and her point guard abilities. So them playing into their roles just really allows me to play to my strengths, so I'm able to do the things I feel comfortable with, and I can trust them in the other things.
And again, we're talking to Rachel Kekmarinsky, the Pella Christian girls basketball team, following their homecoming win, 58-37 over Oskaloosa on Thursday night. Looking at this matchup too, the nice thing is we talked about it, teams starting to get healthy a little bit, right, as well. I mean, it feels like every week it's something new that just kind of piles up in this team, and it can be that can be demoralizing, right, as a group,
for sure,
when everyone's getting a nick here and they're unable to play in a game. But you're starting to kind of get girls back and get healthy at kind of the right time here with some chances to get ready for postseason play. How big of a morale boost has that been for the girls who've been playing through the midst of those injuries, and just having those girls come back into the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, it's just been so hard to see my teammates and my friends kind of get hurt or get sick and not be able to play with them. And then, like we kind of talked about a little bit earlier, we kind of had to go into different roles as a team that maybe not everyone was used to. And so I think as a team, we now have a little bit more confidence, because with the athletes that we now have back, we can kind of go more into what our roles are and what we're comfortable in. And we don't have to kind of try out those new roles that we had to play when everyone was injured.
All right, now I'm going to ask you real quick before we talk real in depth about it. Did you know what was going to happen at halftime of the boys' game before you arrived tonight?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
We got an email a couple weeks ago about it, and then we got an email, I think, yesterday.
Okay, I just had to make sure, because I just wanted to know if there was any correlation between the play on the court, because 20 points, 21 rebounds is a really impressive night. And I find it just kind of ironic that you put up an unofficial 2020 game on the night they unveiled the state championship banner for the girls track and field team. So I'm just curious if that was something that you unintentionally planned or kind of intentionally planned to put together a performance like that on this type of night.
I mean, I'd love to score 20 points every night, but I definitely think that the energy and the anticipation helped my performance tonight. You know, we had such a great crowd, such great fans, so I think that energy definitely helped my performance. And then also, now there's a sign up there that kind of tells me every day, yeah, you can do really great things and you're a great athlete. So I think it did help, and obviously all my amazing friends are here to support me. So
That's awesome, Rachel. Appreciate the time as always. Congratulations on the win. Congrats on a great performance. Congrats on getting that banner hung up. It's been a long time in the making, and I made sure to have my state track and field shirt to represent.
Oh, I love it. It looks so good. I did notice that.
I would say I had to represent because we talked about it a couple weeks ago, and the banner goes up. I'm like, it's too perfect of an opportunity. But again, appreciate the time, and congrats on everything tonight. That was Rachel Kagmarinsky of the Pella Christian Girls Basketball Team here on 92.1 KRLS, following a 58-37 win over Oskaloosa. We're going to take a short timeout, and we'll have Joe Steinkamp right after this on KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Is pain interfering with your ability to enjoy life? At Kinetic Edge Physical Therapy, we work hard to find the root of the problem so you can feel better and function better. Choose Kinetic Edge to get back to living a healthy, happy, hope-filled life. We have clinics in Newton, Colfax, Pella, Oskaloosa, Des Moines, Ames, Albia, and Centerville. Learn more about us and our services for people of all ages at kineticedgept.com or call us at any of our locations.
You gave your kids a new puppy or kitten for Christmas. Let's make sure we take care of him. This is Dr. Tim Yoder with Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella, and we have a new puppy and kitten program that provides the attention they need. It involves physical exams, vaccinations, diets, and most importantly, information for you, so that you can provide the best care for your new family member. Schedule your new puppy or kitten visit by calling Tri-County Veterinary Clinic in Pella.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They take care of pets because they love them.
Welcome back here on 92.1 KRLS. With our continuing coverage of Iowa High School athletics, we're joined now by head coach of the Pella Christian Boys Basketball Team, Joe Steinkamp, following a heart
stopper.
Heart stopper, 52-50 win over Oskaloosa. I mean, there's so many adjectives. I just kind of got stuck on which one to describe. Coach, just your kind of overall thoughts and just initial thoughts after another hard-fought game against Oskaloosa. This one, thankfully, coming out on the right side with Pella Christian winning it.
Yeah, eerily similar to the first game, where we thought we played just a really good game, played excellent defense, and then then they come storming back with their pressure and their late game shot making, which they've kind of been known for this year, not only against us but against other teams as well. So. But just really proud of our guys. We had that lead in the fourth quarter. It looked like we were in a good shape, and then gotten into a little bit of foul trouble, and they made some of those big shots. They tied the game, there late, and just really proud of our guys, how they stepped up with the defensive end. We had guys coming in that hadn't played all night that stepped up. Ty made a free throw and got a deflection. Levi got a stop. Cade had a big steal. So some of the guys that haven't been playing that much really came through with some big plays. And just, I think the story of the game, though, is Gilbert Flagel. Just his offensive firepower. He really put us on his back tonight. Just scored all over the place. And, just showed why he's one of the best players in this league.
And I'm going to come back. I want to talk about him in a minute. But you talked about guys stepping up, right? I mean, unfortunately, these last few weeks have been adversity-filled for Pella Christian. Caleb Bulk, unfortunately, out for the year with that injury that kind of worsened over Christmas break. And, Garrett Wheeler goes down tonight. Ben Van Weingarten fouls out. Devin Runner fouls out. And it's like, oh, my goodness, could a couple more of the guys in that main rotation go out? And felt like you guys didn't really miss a beat, right? I mean, those guys that you called off the bench to fill in some of those spots really stepped up in big ways and allowed this team to continue doing what they were doing on the floor.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's probably a silver lining of us not playing with those guys, that we could get into a game like this in the tournament, and guys we'll be able to have this confidence that we were able to come through against, an excellent 3A team like Oski. So, yeah, I think it just shows the toughness of our team and the togetherness of their team. We're checking in guys late in the game, and just the looks of our bench, they're confident, they're energetic, they're pumping those guys out. They're just really positive, and I think that comes from the senior leadership that we have. We have extremely tough, focused seniors that don't care about stats. They don't care about recognition. They just want to play for each other, and they want to win. So I think when you have seniors, it's like that. It's easy for everybody else to kind of follow suit.
Absolutely. You talked about the primary senior with Gilbert. I mean, I think we could talk ad nauseum every game. I mean, it feels like every game he does something just incredible that really gives this team a spark. And even if it's not necessarily his best scoring performance every night, he just does something to get this team rolling with what he does on the offensive end of the floor, whether that be with his passing, just the playmaking in general, or the shot-making ability of being so tough around the rim.
Yeah, and he's just such a rim protector too. He got, I don't know how many blocks they'll end up, crediting him, but I just feel like he's tipping balls around the paint, keeping defensive rebounds alive, getting defensive rebounds, making shots, really difficult around the rim. I thought our guys did a really good job when Oski drove in there. We stayed down and allowed their shot fakes. They're an aggressive driving team, and they attack the paint, and we want to try to keep it out of there. And I thought our guys did a really nice job, but once it did get in there, getting deflections, getting tips, not giving up a lot of layups.
Absolutely, and Devin Runner, Trey Steinkamp, Ben Van Weingarten, and Griffin Stoltz. I got to talk about those guys too, because they had to step up into more roles. I know that they've had to step up throughout the season at different points, but tonight with Garrett Wheeler unfortunately going down early in the contest, there wasn't a whole lot of substitution until it kind of got to foul trouble and things like that late in the game, or those injuries. Just take us through, how big a game like this is for their confidence as well, knowing that you ask just a little bit more of them and they're able to come through and do just enough to get that win.
Yeah, Ben did a great job on Tommy North tonight. A lot of what Ben brings doesn't show up in a stat sheet. So he's not going to shoot a lot or necessarily, get stats, but he prevents your best player from, being comfortable. And I thought he did a great job of, navigating all the screens they set for North, contesting shots, and then he made, a couple big, offensive plays on top of it. He's a tremendous post passer. So just little things that he does that impact winning, and same thing with Griffin Stoltz, just a really high level two-way player. I thought his shot at the end of the third quarter was just a real big momentum play. They made a little bit of a run midway through that third, and he made that three, kind of like that play he made at the end of the Knoxville game at the end of the third quarter. Those are such big plays when you can hold for the last shot, you get the last shot, and then you make them pay, go into the fourth quarter. So, those are two really good players. A lot of times they don't get enough recognition because they don't score like some other guys might score, but their two-way ability and just the ability to always make the right play, the coaches really notice it, and I think the fans probably do too.
Absolutely, I would agree with it. Again, we're talking to Joe Steinkamp, head coach of the Pella Christian boys basketball team, and I gotta ask too. I mean, that final play. That was about as hectic a final play as I've seen in a long time there, where they got it. I think Tyson Vanderlinden, who checked into the game like 10 seconds before, just went 1 or 2 at the free throw line, makes a couple tips. Hersom gets a good look at a three-pointer there from the wing, and off the mark there. What's going through your mind throughout that entire play?
Well, when he shot it, I was just like, for some reason, the angle, I thought he was going to bank it in. So, but no, I think our guys did a great job, loaded it up, touched the ball. Ty got a couple deflections on that play. Sometimes, especially for Ty, he wasn't in the whole game. It'd be easy just to run back to your guy and think like, I got to guard my guy, but to have the presence of mind to be in the gap and make it difficult. And that was really the story of the game, just like our defense just not letting them get to where they want, not letting them get to their spots, forcing, tough 2-point shots. And that last play kind of was, just as big as, all of them. So just proud of those guys to stick with it, stick with the plan, not get discouraged on the stretch, and be able to come through with a really big conference win.
Absolutely, and we'll let you go on this question here because obviously this is really exciting. Still more games to be played, right? And some big opportunities. Tuesday night you get a rematch with Norwalk. I know that was one that, getting the chance to talk with you after that one, that was one that was disappointing, not just because of the result, but just overall some things that the Eagles did that just weren't up to the standards. What are you most looking forward to about getting that rematch against the Warriors here on Eagle Lane on Tuesday?
Well, I think a big thing for me is just kind of seeing, how we progressed. I don't, we didn't play good, but I think it was Norwalk that really forced us not to play well. They really were able to stagnate our offense. They play defensively kind of a lot like us, where they can pack the paint and make it really hard and do a really good job of early help. So we're going to have to be better with some of our off-ball movement, with some of our shot selection. Defensively, we were nowhere near good enough at that time of the year to play against a team that good. So I'm excited to see what kind of progress we make and what kind of fight we have. I think we have built a little bit of momentum, not just the 2 wins, but even last week, had the win against Knoxville and played DCG tough and played Indianola tough for, most of the game. So we're playing better basketball than we did when we played them the first time. Unfortunately for us, they're playing better basketball than they were coming into that game too. So they're great. They have a big game, I think, tomorrow night against Pella that will the winner of that game will be in sole possession of first place in the league. So our eyes will be on that game, tomorrow night. And we'll have the weekend and Monday to have a game plan and see where we're at. So excited for the challenge, excited to play against those high-level teams. We just keep telling our group, and we really believe it. Playing against that level of competition is just going to really benefit us when we get into tournament play.
Absolutely, Coach Stenkamp. Appreciate the time as always. We're going to let you go celebrate this win. Hopefully, maybe get some heart medication in you with the amount of tight games you guys have played this year. I'm sure, if you're like me, it never gets any less nerve-wracking in these types of scenarios, but appreciate your time as always.
Yeah, thanks, Tyler. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. That was Joe Steinkamp, head coach of the Pella Christian boys basketball team, powered by Hy-Vee, following a 52-50 win over Oskaloosa. We're about to wrap up here. We'll take a quick timeout and be back to wrap up the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show after this on 92.1 KRLS.
Hey guys, Valentine's Day is coming up fast, and yes, it's on a Saturday, so no work delivery to save us this year. If you scramble like I do every year, Thistle's Flower Market in Pella makes it easy. Pre-order 2 of her favorites in one stop. Beautiful flowers and garden square chocolates. Simple, thoughtful, and stress-free. Skip the panic, plan smart, and show her you love her. Thistle's Flower Market, because every last minute doesn't have to look like the last minute.
KNIA KRLS is an equal opportunity employer and strives to reach out as broadly as possible for applicants whenever it has a hiring opportunity. To facilitate its effort at broad outreach, KNIA KRLS Radio invites any interested organization to let us know should it wish to be notified when KNIA KRLS has a job opening. If your organization would like to be notified, please let us know. Send your information to KNIA KRLS at KNIAKRLS.com or mail it to KNIA KRLS Radio, P.O. Box 31, Knoxville, Iowa 50138.
All right, let's wrap up the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Our McKay Group Radio key play and player of the game. Our player of the game, I don't think, Aaron, we have to debate too much on this one either. I don't think we need to overthink it. Gilbert Flagel. I don't know the rebounds. I think 26 points is what I saw on the official score sheet. I mean, just what a game by the senior. Last homecoming game, making sure he goes out with a win here over Oskaloosa. And our key play, I'm going to throw it back to the third quarter because it's going to be a play that, down the stretch, there's a lot of big plays, but the third quarter, Griffin Stoltz's 3 at the buzzer ends up being the difference in the ballgame tonight. I mean, you get a clean look at it, able to get the shot off there, and you win the game by 2. You don't hit that 3, you're down 1 at the end of the night, and a great effort there by Griff.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could point to a number of plays. That one definitely carried a little momentum into the fourth quarter for them. Just all night long, you had guys stepping up, and people that maybe you weren't expecting they were going to have to step up, stepped up. So that was good to see. And yeah, as far as your player of the game, I go back to my same advice to you on the girls' game. Don't overthink it, Tyler.
Nope, we will
So
not.
sometimes you can look for something else, but sometimes you just got to go with what's right in front of you. And Gilbert, as I said, if he's consistently hitting that 15-foot jump shot, he's just such a tough matchup with his ability to put the ball on the floor and finish at the rim. So heck of a game by him, and nice win for Pella Christian here.
Absolutely, and that's our McKay Group Radio Key Play and Player of the Game. Auto, home, business, commercial, life, and health insurance covering you in Knoxville and Oskaloosa. Tonight's final stats presented by the Verduft Agency. We're gonna go through Pella Christian, Oskaloosa. They had 2 radio crews here. They probably had their own stats, so we're gonna run through Pella Christian's. Gilbert Flagel with 26 of the 52 points for Pella Christian. Devin Runner finishes with 11 points. Trey Steinkamp finishes with 6. Garrett Wheeler with 2. Ben Van Weingarten with 5. Griffin Stoltz with 3. And Tyson Vanderlinden with 1. Right there at the end of the game. Those are tonight's final stats presented by the Verduft Agency. Let Chad Lancer and Larry examine your stats, customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduft Agency, providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. And we go in closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Aaron, your final thoughts on a doubleheader sweep here for the Eagles on homecoming against Oskaloosa.
Yeah, it's, there's that emotion, excitement that goes with it. It's good to get the win, but also second time back through the conference starting out. So anytime you can get a win in this conference, you're doing something right. So great way to cap off a short week here for Pella Christian. Get a little rest, but it doesn't get any easier next week with the competition that's on the horizon. But we'll worry about that next week. I think we're going to enjoy this one tonight and through the weekend. And it's a good way to start off the second time through the conference for sure.
And Eagles students, enjoy your 3-day weekend.
That's right. So
you've earned it. It's a fun time. Congrats on big wins to both the boys and the girls squads. Tuesday against Norwalk, we'll have coverage back here on Eagle Lane. Stay tuned for more information on that, but we're going to step away. That was In Closing, presented by Light and State Bank. Grow strong with us. You've been listening to the Scooters Coffee Radio postgame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella, amazing drinks, amazing people, amazingly fast. And final scores again. Pella Christian boys win 52-50 over Oskaloosa. Girls win 58-37 here on Thursday night. Pella Christian with a homecoming sweep. Sending it back to Alex Benjamin in the studio.